Okay. Welcome to the Logan's Hour again. Um, Today, I want to say welcome to everyone. If you're just joining us, this is the Logan's Hour. I want to say good morning, good evening, good night, depending on which part of the world you are. And today's another edition. And today is strictly about Liberian music. Liberian music. Those of you out there who know Liberian music and love Liberian music, this the night you have to come and support your own because we are going 100%. We're going to talk about colloquia. We're going to talk about everything you need to know about Liberian music, and we're going to have um, David David Gertie in studio tonight, and we're going to have hopefully Mr. Fidel Hamu going to join us as well, and then later on while the show is going on, we might have D Trench. Oh my God. It promised to be so good today. It promised to be so good today. So if you're just joining us, this is the Logan's Hour. Sorry, I just looking at myself on the television. I like this show. Trust me, I could do anything for this show. So, to our followers, um, I want to say thank you for always joining us. Sorry, I just lost my volume. Yeah. Thank you for following us. Thank you for always being on the Logan's Hour. Today, we going to entertain you with more Liberian stuff because today going to be about Liberian music. Going to be more of your own. It's better to know your own, know what's happening when it comes to Liberian music. If you want to know the difference between the hip hop, the hip code, the colloquia, everything about Liberian music you want to know today is a day to know about them. Because, like I said, right, we have to first try to love our own. When we love our own, then we can start loving other people own. But we have to first try to love ourselves. So today we're gonna love ourselves. We're gonna talk more about Liberian music. We're gonna we will first we'll talk about the historic city, about when this whole hip hop started. And every question you have out there, if you want to ask about Liberian music, if you want to ask about the origin of hip hop and whatever question you want to ask, don't hesitate. Tonight is a night, and hopefully we'll be joined by the king Dozua. Let me ask the king. Just a second. Let me ask the king. Just a short question. Yeah. So tonight it's gonna be more about Liberian music, like I said. So get ready. Get ready. Let's talk Liberian music. We have some Google Liberian musicians. So tonight we're gonna let me play one of the people who. So if you don't know who's gonna be in studio tonight, Mr. David Gertie, he's gonna be our guest tonight. So all the other people here tonight will be contributing to the show. They're gonna be panelists here. Mr. Getty is our guest. Is our guest. So David Gertie will be our guest tonight. The rest of the other people are gonna be just people who's contributing to the platform. But our main guest tonight going to be Mr. David Gertie. So, uh, yeah, so Mr. Gertie going to be our main guest tonight. So, trust me, it's promising, man. It's going to be good. You're going to enjoy. You're going to learn more about Liberian music. I'm encouraging everybody out there. If you want to know more about Liberian music, come in, man. Come in. Click on, invite somebody. We are on YouTube. Go to YouTube and just tap Logan's Hour proper play. You don't want to to be using your phone while you are driving. just tap looking hours, and you're gonna see we're gonna pop up right there, and you can trust me. Everything you need to know about Liberian music, you're gonna know about Liberian music today. So, um, our brother gonna join us, Mr. Gertie gonna join us. So while we wait on Mr. Gertie joining us, we have some interesting stories from back home. You all know we are deeply rooted in our country, and we are concerned about things that are going on in Liberia. So there's some disturbing news and mysterious death. Death is all around, and people stay confused as to what is happening. And there's this issue with this girl by the name of Princess. Every platform you turn on now, it has been a subject of discussion. Somebody asked me, "Why is it you're not discussing that?" I said, "Well, we are discussing it. We will discuss it, but we know over time past, every radio station you turn to, they are discussing it as well. So we 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 choose to talk about it after the autopsy result is up. So we will talk about it. It's not we have stopped talking about it. So it is an issue that we talk about, and the autopsy was done today. The family refused to. The family, not a, the family said they wasn't going there. And I listened to the family spokesperson today, and I wonder why they chose to not go there. But well, to each his own. They are the family people, and there are other interesting developments in Liberia. Like I said, today is all Liberian music. So we will talk about Liberian music. We will play some of one of the people that will be here with us today, Mr. Hamu. We'll play one of his songs. Let me see if I can just get this his song so you can see him. He's gonna be with us today.
Yeah, where am I? Shit, man. Niggas not answering, man.
Move! You know the name, right? Benny on the beats. You don't need to talk about it. We can keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. Keep it on the low. Baby, you got me catching feelings, and I know you feel the same. Hey, and when you come around, you make me really wanna be your man. Hey, you make me wanna give it to you nice and slow all night long. And make our moment last, but we don't need to talk about it. We can keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. Keep it on the low. Talk about something, the only one thing. Girl, you know what a real nigga want. No pretending, you know you want me, but you afraid to give me your love. All night long, I'm gonna give it to you. I know what you want. Give me your love. All night long, I'm gonna give it to you. I know what you want, baby. You don't need to talk about it. We can keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. Keep it on the low, shawty. Little shawty, ain't no need to talk about it. Just come through once you show me that you bout it. The little things that we do, keep it on the low. And when them other bitches ask, tell them I'm the bro. Hey, they feel amazing every time we lay. Hey, I want them all each and every day. Hey, got little mama wetter than the lake. Hey, I'm putting work and I'm taking breaks. So for the mother dudes. Oh, ask me all them questions like an interview. Christian Louboutin, she got bloody shoes. Just like Cardi B, making money moves. Yeah, you play your part, we can do our thing. German engineering when I'm switching lanes. And you already know what I'm gonna say. Look,
you don't need to talk about it. We can keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. Keep it on the low. You don't need to talk about it. We can keep it on the low. Talk about it. We can keep it on the low. We can keep it on.
There you have it. So now you know the man who's gonna be here shortly. Who's gonna join Mr. David Gertie, Mr. Fidel Hamou. He's gonna join us too as well. He will be on this platform tonight, but he will be one of the contributor because Mr. David Gertie gonna be our most important guest. Thank you, Mr. Zion Glad Cheyi, the crime ambassador. He's watching us from Indianapolis. So tonight, trust me, you're gonna learn everything about Liberian music, everything you want to know about Liberian music. Just come on, just like the show, follow us, because like I said, you would know where Liberian music started from, where is it going compared to back into these days, and we have Mr. Gertie, who was with Famata Records or is with Famata Records. He will tell more about Liberian music. So we'll talk about hip-hop back in those days, where hip-hop first originated from, and why is it called hip-hop. So Mr. Gertie going to tell you more about that. So let's watch a little of Mr. Hamou. He's going to join us here shortly. So let's watch a few of Mr. Hamou Clay.
Can't talk right now, busy, I get back to you. I never got the message, the phone's been acting up. Working stressful lately. I'm tired and I don't have the strength to see you. My car just broke down. Someone just got me from my bank account. Today's just in a good day. Honestly, afraid to tell you what I'm feeling. I've been feeling you from the beginning. I've been running you around the world. I'm wrong for playing these games. Feel so wrong for playing these childish games. I should have never kissed you in the first place. I push love away. I get emotional to stay. Gave you so many excuses. I give so many excuses. I don't broke so many hearts that it's useless. I don't mean to be so cold-blooded, but I can't help it. I'm full of excuses. I don't mean to be telling these lies, but I'm afraid of failure and depression. I don't mean to be so cold-blooded, but I can't help it. I'm full of excuses. I'm full of excuses. I don't feel that well. I think I caught the flu. I fell in the shower. Doctor says I should walk. I left my keys in the car. I can't pick up the phone right now because the pizza will get cold. Because the pizza will get cold. I tripped over my dog. I was stuck on caution. My cat unplugged the alarm clock. I forgot it. Honestly, afraid to tell you what I'm feeling. I've been feeling you from the beginning. I've been running you around the world. I'm wrong for playing these games. I feel so wrong for playing these childish games. Shit. I should have never kissed you in the first place. Yeah. I push love away. I get emotional to stay. Gave you so many excuses. I give so many excuses. I don't broke so many hearts that it's useless. I don't mean to be so cold-blooded, but I can't help it. I'm full of excuses. I don't mean to be telling these lies, but I'm afraid of failure and depression. I don't mean to be so cold-blooded, but I can't help it. I'm full of excuses. I'm full of excuses.
Hey, what's wrong?
Right. There you have it. And we know Mr. Hamu will join us as well. So when he come here, he will tell you more about some of his songs if you want to address those. But it will not be about him specifically, because the reason why I asked him to contribute to this show tonight, because he and John Briggs and the rest of the other guys, they've been involved with Liberian music, David Gertie back in those days. Let me play some of the old songs I'm talking about that some of you can remember. 2005, 2004, going forward when we had Lucky Raw, Bucket, Lucky Bucket, Bucket, you come me, I come me, I come me. Yeah, now what time you come? I saw now on the beach looking clean, the Julian on the screen. Oh, I feel it again. Oh, the ball coming to tall, the ting, ding, ding. Oh my God, Derek, get it. You all right? I'm putting me in session for Liberian music. So trust me, if you don't know all about Liberian music, just come on tonight. You're gonna learn everything about Liberian music, because David Gertie and the rest of the folks, they've been into this thing for long, man. Trust me, they've been into this Liberian music thing here. So they will help you more to know about Liberian music, especially the music from let me play one of them so you can know what I'm talking about.
And I'm keeping it official by the launch another missile. You got a chicken, make sure she beneficial.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm the time rock on.
I'm the boost by boom. That I be rest about the color of this town. Go bring it down with the challenge sound. She grew up until I do my own. She wants to get my needs over friends telling that I just step over and I'm right. And you know that ain't alright. I have my name in Ghana, so in Ghana, feeling all the bill. But the main thing I have me that it went in things still and alright. And you know that ain't alright. And alright. I said, since I used to see people, he said I was crazy because I had a loss. He left, he said I was Larry. But I took my own time, I had a story in my palm. But in my whole heart, brother, I swear I was bleeding. She used to come before me, stop in car every evening. Where you going at? When your car asked for me, tell him I couldn't it high. And all of a sudden, the camera pulled up with this ride. And I was like, bye. And all the time, I'm a girl, I swear I was blind. She used to leave me and carry on a funny line. But I kept it to myself because I feel that she my lover. And not because I left her, then she might have made me suffer. And I'm right. And you know that ain't alright. Ain't alright. Ain't alright. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, I said she do her own, I told I do my own. And she want to, she tell my need to her friend telling that I used to have her. And I'm right. And you know that ain't alright. Ain't alright. I have my name in Ghana, still in Ghana, still in all the bill. But the main thing I have me back, it went in things still. And I'm right. And you know that ain't alright. Ain't alright.
She do her own, and I thought I do my own, and she want to. She telling all my empty, then I'm a rapping boy. Man, yeah, that's enough said. I heard my name looking down when I went to go looking down. She calling my name all around. She even calling all down. The meeting I had when we reached my mind involved. Man, yeah, that's enough said. She catch me on the ball day on my way to ball game. Jumping out the brush, she tested with some junior ball. Yeah, to your ball game. My ten to the side, my eye, follow well eye. No wait for me, no high. So I jump in the cab and told the camera no drive. Yeah, go. I bought it, I go. I say, Camera, let go. She think we gonna go. Camera say, oh no, my man, I went right left. And you went straight back. I said, yeah. But it's not right. I started thinking to myself, it's not right. I should go call me a role. And then 9 day for a role. 1 day for a master. They did the reggae, guess me, my son will be your pastor. She get the whole community chasing after me like a role. They yelling, go. I bought it, I go. Don't let catch that, bro. They yelling, go. I bought it, I go. That one there with the da. Don't let me catch that guy.
I said she do what I thought I do my own and she want to she tell my need to her friend telling that I could not use that rubber in her right. And you know that in her right. I have my knee balance still in all the bill. But the main thing I have me that it went in things still in her right. And you know that in her right. In her right. Yeah, what kind of love they love that so fast. Now the only way for you to share you showing love. You trunking me will offer, picking me will post but yeah, I am man, treat me like dog man. Yeah, you gonna say you know my cat, they think I cook. The way you slap me the other night, I almost blew. You carry me the kind of habit that will always make me cry. You see me among my friends, you just costing my daddy or in a food. I gave you full money, you go, and I gave me food.
That one day she not get you feel, then I think I food. Now she acting like my food, she got me eating street food. Where it started with food, with the fish barbecue. Next thing I know, I eating fresh fish prostitute. Now I got a bar, I been from a bar, I did do. And I'm right. She my real confetti, got she been eating day and night. Now she got me cheating, sleeping way and red light. And I'm right. Queen beating me day and night. And I'm right. And you know that, and I'm right. And I'm right.
I said she do her own and I do my own and she want to she tell my need to her friend telling that I could not use that rubber in her right. And you know that in her right. I have my knee balance still in all the bill. But the main thing I have me that it went in things still in her right. And you know that in her right.
She do her own and I do my own and she want to. She telling all my empty that I'm a rapping boy. And I'm right. Man, yeah, nothing I'm fair. And I'm right. I heard my name looking down when I went to go looking down. She calling my name all around. She even calling all around. The meeting I having will reach my mind both time. And I'm right. Man, yeah, nothing I'm fair. And I'm right.
It's the girl Queen B, Queen of LIB. I said to all my real LIB students, yo, let's keep it real with our real body. When we treat them good, then they don't praise us. But when we treat them bad, why they don't spit us? You're not right. And you know that you're not right.
My nigga Tim, may your soul rest in peace to all the DJ. Yeah, Chilla Papa, CHR, Chicago.
And you know that ain't not right, ain't not right, ain't not right, ain't not right. I heard my name in Banaville, in Ghanaville, in Otterville. But the main thing that had me very when in Phillyville, ain't not right. Tonight, trust me, you will know everything about Liberian music. You see, people think I can't sing Liberian music, but trust me, I'm one of those who promoted Liberian music. I have my cousin who was involved with Liberian music, John Briggs. So trust me, I'm involved with Liberian music as well. So tonight you're going to learn about Liberian music. You're going to know everything about Liberian music. Don't doubt tonight's show. Mr. David Gertie, that you always see around here. You don't know his importance. You will know how rooted he is when it comes to Liberian music and when it comes to activities and the productive nature of Liberia. He have been working on a cover. He have promoted a lot of good musicians and promising musicians as well. So who knows? Tonight, it is a night. Come and learn about Liberian music. Support your own. We are not talking about foreign artists. We are talking about all Liberian artists. So tonight is the night to come here. Let's talk about Liberian music. If you have questions for Mr. Gertie, you can ask your question. So it's going to be an awesome thing to join the conversation tonight. So, you know, like I'll play some beautiful Liberian songs here. I'm trying to find it from somebody shortly. All right, maybe. Yeah, I'll play some beautiful Liberian songs here. So trust me, like me here, don't think I can sing Liberian music though. I'm bad. Trust me, I'm bad. I'm bad. If I play some Liberian music, you hear me flowing, you'll be like, oh my gosh, that man, yeah, he ain't fun too. Oh. So, but tonight is David Gurley's show. So I ain't gonna steal his show because when I start flowing some Liberian song, and you said, let me just play one Liberian song so I can flow one for you before you know for yourself. Just wash it, we will soon be digging your grave. God, please forgive our man departing. The hustle was so hard, so he never make it. Don't you forget it,
Man, don't you forget it, man. Mama in the kitchen, prison bread. What's up? She right in the corner, drinking daddy. What's up?
the juice says she hungry.
Why she eating? What's up? You want some more too, man?
She won't be my lover.
I got one spoon, man. I got one spoon, man. I do one spoon, man. I get one shit, man. When I'm eating the band leaking, like why I can lick it. If you don't lick it, man,
You just forget it.
no comfort, dog. I ain't got nobody. Live you and go. One man phone call, no comfort, dog. I ain't got nobody. Live you and go. I'm up on that ball. I let my bit out all. I can't go my own with a rip back off. I can walk a ball. I can't eat a real ball. My pursuit.
Don't get my bottom cross to that. Listen, ball, and he say he weak, he would dial a dog. My man, you not my friend. You for the so skin. You don't get all my food without your big hand. Me, I'm a country man. I left my mind. If people say I broke, I eat in cold bowl. But thanks, man, Ellen, for putting light on the pole. Oh, I tell you, yeah. You know, we got small game. You know, we got small game. The Liberian music team here, we've been inside for a long time. Trust me. We know the origin of Liberian music. We've been fighting for Liberian music to be on the top. And okay. All right. All right. All right. So, like I said, it's about Liberian music. But before our guests come in, let's talk about some of the burning issues that is going on. I know Mr. Gertie will soon join us. It's already 6:14, but tonight is Mr. Gertie night. I want to save all the issue that has to do with what I want to talk about. I want to save it for last, but I want to talk about something shortly. But I'll just let it be. Let me just go to Liberian music and play a little more Liberian music for you while we wait for Mr. Gertie.
Magic sound, my nigga roll. I say that old fire trunk in our heart to catch.
We happy in the past and nothing stick and fresh.
Yeah, come to town. It's your boy, nigga, blow, baby. The IP Records, Magic Sound. My nigga roll, holla is blow. I say that
Oh, fire trunk in a hard to catch. We happy in the past and love can stick and fresh. What's up to my brother Print Bestman out there? You know what's up, man. You know when the music there, when the music fresh scheme, but then we're looking for old friends. Oh, Mr. Grady, what's up with you? Our guest is following. Oh, fire chunk, it's easy to catch. They happy in the past and love can still get fresh. Everybody suck on their mother breast. Do you bluffing? They cannot get it easy to fresh. How many times I should give you your advice? You ain't let the truth, you let to listen to lies. Baby, you can find me in the room. Don't get vexed when you see me eating street food. Man, we still got a game. Trust me, we still got a game. I know sometimes some people coming up here, all they care about is politics. They want to talk about politics from Monday to Saturday. Today, whether you like it, you ain't like it, we're going to talk about our own Liberian music. Yeah. We're going to talk about our own Liberian music. Let's talk about our own. Let's support our own. Yeah. Let's talk about our own. Yeah, let's talk about Liberian music. Let's support our own music. We can support our own thing. That all we care about from Monday to Saturday is politics. Concept that everybody will like, oh, concept be. Well, concept you are living, they ain't back concept be city one day. Everything they care about was to just go and and download it from the internet for us supporting him. And that's not cool. That's not cool. When we talk about Liberian music, some people be like, but when we play some other music here tonight, you hear them jumping. Whoa, what the money can do? All that kind of song that everyone hear. Let's support our own Liberian beginning. We had some beautiful, beautiful Liberian songs that came up back in the days. We had some promising Liberian artists that came up back in the days. But what happened? Mr. Gertie, when you following, just click on the link. I sent you the link already. Just click on the link and come in the studio, brother. Yeah, let's support our own. Tonight we'll talk about some things that are going on back home, things that happen. We know before my brother come on, let me just talk about something shortly right here. So can you imagine? I don't know if this is true, but this story that came up from Liberia about four police and AFL officer disrupt for brutalizing civilians. And one of those people I heard in this report, he's my own friend, Prince Amos Williams. He was a ERU boss. I heard that Amos Williams were involved with this, and the justice minister disrupt all four of those officers. The stories are out there. You can buy the paper from Front Page Africa. If you don't have the time to buy the paper, probably before my brother joined me here, I can also try to read a story for you here. They say, let's try to read a story here. They said the Ministry of Justice has, with immediate effect, disrupt and dismissed 4 officers for using excessive force against peaceful civilians. The Ministry of Justice decision following a preliminary investigation by the Liberian National Police on 4 officers, according to the Ministry of Justice, on Friday, February 4th, 2022, in Johnsonville, Officer George Wler, together with a military officer, Afra N. Hinnen, severely beating a civilian identified as Esther Younger. At the same time, on March 11 and 27, it was established that another officer, Hempray Kran, assaulted and wounded a peaceful citizen, Urita Talu, at the Red Lake community, while ERU Commander Amos F. Williams and Inspector Otis Wiley also severely beat one General Macaulay in Broadville City. The reason I'm talking about this specific person here, Amos Williams, he's a friend of mine. He's somebody that I knows very well. And he's quiet though. I was shocked when I heard this news. And I was confused to hear that Amos Williams was involved with this kind of thing. But we will come back to that. We'll come back to that. We'll talk more about that when I come back. Because Amos Williams, he's not that kind of character that I know. But before we can even talk about that, we didn't want politics to come and overshadow our Liberian show tonight, because we want this to be about all Liberian people. We want this to be specifically about Liberians. And today's about Liberian music. We're going to talk about the music industry. We're going to talk about things that the Liberian industry is doing, the music industry specifically. So we have our brother tonight. He will be joining us shortly, Mr. David Gertie. Some of you in Indiana here, you having this kind of smart, talented, someone who has been involved with Liberian music for ages, somebody who knows the origin of Liberian music, where Liberian music came from. the first people that sparked him, and currently he's the music director for Carry Tabernacle of Praise. And I know the church right now, they're holding him. They be like, David, you can't go, brother. We can't let you go. Because the church know his potential. Because the ball open his mouth. You know, there are some people that have the golden voice. They don't boast about it. They don't talk about it much. But they can wait for you to have that moment and see them for yourself. Then you be like, whoa, was that you singing? The man, he don't brag about it. He's humble. If you don't know Derek Gertie, he have his own private record label in Liberia. And he promoted a lot of young musicians who came out later on. So he will talk more about himself. I think you heard about Picardo and all of those young musicians who came up. But he would tell more about Liberian music when he come out. So yeah, some of you don't know him like that. Some of you know him. Some of you have seen him, but don't know him to be this person who has been involved with Liberian music since Ian Congo man say. But not to waste any time, because Mr. Gertie just said he want to come up here just for an hour. He has some other basic schedule. We have to respect that too. So we'll just bring our brother David Gertie on right away. But if you don't have the opportunity to watch it on Facebook, just log on YouTube and just say Lookings Hour. Other people watching it on the television right now as I speak. So those from my church normally watch it on YouTube. So you can do the same, Liberian people. Just go on YouTube. If you can't be watching and driving at the same time, put it on YouTube. Put it on, let your children see somebody from the community. When the July 26th celebration, they be like, oh, that uncle here. Oh, so uncle, you are engineer for music. Eh? So uncle, teach me how to sing. Uncle, let that kind of thing want to see our community, man. So let's bring our brother David Gertie on, man. Oh, my dear brother.
My man, you can talk plenty.
Yeah, but the people have to know the kind of thing that we have in this community.
Right.
The community is so rich to the point that we don't know the potential of the community. So when we start discovering them and uncovering some of them, then other communities will start getting involved. They will start getting very envious of us to know that we are rich, but we are not using our resources.
Right.
Yeah. Because imagine you here, a lot of young people, promising artists anytime you want to be involved with music. They don't know the steps to take. They don't even know the first thing about being a musician, how to even start singing, how to train their voice. They are clueless. Other people feel because your voice can sound good, then mean you can sing.
I know, eh?
Yeah, but trust me, David, a lot of people feel because my voice sounds good, so I can sing. So now when they put you down, they say sing, you don't know how to even start because you rather know which tune you have to start with.
My man, but you can sing. The way I saw you putting Philip me the Arabic music there.
Oh, but you know, my man, I said I used to be with my cousin John Breeze and all the men, brother. Yeah. But you know, I let hip code, trust me. Like yesterday when I was telling you, I'm more of the guy that used to like the hip code compared to the recent music. I don't know, the recent music cool is moving fast with the new wave, but I felt the old music, it resonated more with me because I don't know, it used to get to me, trust me. But notwithstanding, I know some of you people following us, y'all want to know who David Gertie is. So Mr. David Gertie is here tonight. So we're going to give him the chance to introduce himself to our audience. Those following us on YouTube, we want to say thank you. We know you can comment as well on YouTube. We're going to see your comment live here as well. So let's give Mr. David Gertie the chance to introduce himself. So Mr. David Gertie, I'm going to make you go solo so you can introduce yourself. Go ahead, my dear brother.
My name is David Farfet Gurley, born to the union of Mr. David Dabwet Gurley and Mrs. Rebecca Gurley. I'm a Liberian, went to school in Monrovia, all my primary school and high school days. For high school, I attended Calvary Mission Academy from 9th grade to 11th grade, and then went to RC Lawson Institute where I graduated. Went to Nigeria, went to the Yaba Technological College where I read music and sound engineering, got a BSc degree in music and associate degree in sound engineering. 2000, the year 2000, I went back to Liberia, and that's when the real joining of my music career began. I'm presently in Indiana, Indianapolis to be exact, and I worship with the Calvary Tabernacle of Praise. And I see tonight to be a very, very important night in my life. Least I forget, Philip, I want to really thank you for not only inviting me on this show, but for your platform. I see that you are gradually taking over, when it comes to this kind of platform in our city. And to me, consistency is the key. I see that you're very consistent with what you do, and just continue to do what you do. You never know. Yeah, sometime in the future, it could pay off more than what it is now.
Oh yes, oh yes. Thank you so much, my dear brother. And that
Yeah.
I know, quitters never win, and winners
Oh
never
yes,
quit. So I'm a winner. I can never
definitely,
quit.
definitely.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Mr. David Gertie. So if you're just following us, we are on YouTube, we are on Facebook. The name is the same. Just click on Looking's Hour, and you're going to hear from Mr. David Gertie tonight. So you see what I was just saying, Mr. David Gertie, he never just jumped into music because he want to jump into music. There's somebody who went to school for music. So he's an engineer as well. So he's not guessing. So tonight, if you want to ask your question, if you go on the chat there, you can see I posted a number to call. If you see on the Schroding test, you see the number as well. It's Schroding on there, 401-359-5072. We'll go into the conversation at the end of the discussion. We'll also give you the opportunity to call and ask Mr. David specific questions when it comes to music. Please, no politics. No politics. We're not missing music with politics here tonight. When Mr. Gertie leave, we can do our politics. But tonight, let's know about Liberian music. Let's know about, maybe even you can ask him about, how do I train my voice? What do I do if I'm in a church, if I want to join a choir? Which tune do I sing if I sound certain way? He will help you too, because probably you'll not have the opportunity to have a time hall forum to invite everybody to talk to them about music. But right here, it's a perfect opportunity. If you're following us tonight, you can better help to share this show to somebody who's sitting in the living room, Canada, Australia, every part of the world. They can hear from and learn from Mr. Gertie tonight. So let's go directly into it, Mr. Gertie. So Mr. Gertie already told us that he's a Liberian and he's been into this thing for some time now. He traveled to Nigeria. He went to school for it. So you see, the man passion led him to even go into school to learn about music. So Mr. Gertie, how do you feel after you graduated from the school in Nigeria, learning about sound engineering and other things? When you came to Liberia, what was your expectation? What actually motivated you to go and learn about music in school?
What happened is I'm one person who believe that if you have passion in anything, it's always good to sharpen your passion. There's one thing to be a gifted person. There's another thing to also add the knowledge to your gift. Without the knowledge, take for example soccer. We have a lot of talented soccer players who may play even better than some of the names you hear today, but because they didn't try to, add something else to just the talent, the talent just died, down the drain like that. So it's always good to attach knowledge to your talent, So that one of the things that motivated me to go and learn, whilst in school. In fact, let me be too quick to also say that I graduated with music with emphasis in a vocal. I'm a vocal instructor,
Wow.
So like I can tell you, I may not be the best of the singing type, but I can make somebody who can talk and can sing to become a singer. So it all happened because of the amount of passion I had for it, and I had to go to school. But before I left Liberia, we didn't have a recording studio in Liberia, And I noticed that when they say, oh, high school talent show, people go there and then they play American beats and then they rapping on it or they singing on it, and stuff like that. So to add to my music, also, sorry, somebody was calling my phone. Sorry.
It always happens like that. Sometimes I always tell people, if you have a spare phone, just connect on your Wi-Fi and just flow.
Oh my God, now I can't hear.
Yeah, so you have to go out and come back. Trust me, that's how I always. Yeah.
Philip, you hearing me?
I'm
You want
hearing
me
you,
to go
but
off and come back?
yes, I'm hearing you, but you will not hear me because because of the interruption. If you have a computer, you can just go on your computer and you put a link and use it.
Philip, I'm not hearing you. Can
No,
I go off and come back?
Yeah, go and come back. Go and come back.
Okay, all
Go
right.
and come back. So we want to recognize our brother, Honorable Rich W. Basigia. He's the president of the United Basa Association, Indiana chapter. Mr. Basigia, I want to say welcome to the Logins Hour. You know, the Logins Hour, we will touch every sector. We will uproot every potential within our community. We are still looking and seeking people who involve and can do better things for our community. So we will check every set of our community and see where we can place all the best apples. So yeah, Mr. Grady, go ahead. You are flowing. So, Mr. Grady, can you, if you lay your phone to put it in the landscape mode, would that work? Just to clear the blast out of the screen? Just lay it down. Okay, there you go. There you go.
Better?
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to get a balance here, please.
Oh yeah, it ain't bad, brother. Trust me, they're looking hours here when you always come here and the young people start gravitating to you and we open our little music school. We buy everything for MS, then we send it to you. Because we just tell you, sit down right in your living room, we're going to teach you for 2 hours.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because that'll be a good one too. If you can balance, then you can make it.
Okay, no.
Okay, there you go.
I think I got
there
balance,
you go.
already.
Go ahead, because I want you to go solo. I want the people to see your face all around the world. Yep, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
One of my men, I let it go solo. My man can say, brother, put me by with you. Put me by with you. Go ahead, Mr. Grady. You are giving us some historicity about when you went to Nigeria, what made you to get involved with music. But another question to that, just a short question before you can add on. But now you went Liberia, America, you learn all. Let me say America, say Nigeria, you learn about music, you learn how to be a vocal artist, train your voice and everything. But looking at the market in Nigeria is so large. Looking at the Davido, the Bonobo, and all the whiskey of the world, they are all in Nigeria with all the states that Nigeria had, and how the promotion in Nigeria is so fast. What actually led you back to Liberia, knowing that your career could have just start so fast when you were to just start from Nigeria?
Oh, we learned something in Liberia called Liberianization policy. I like that. It drives you to want to really be a Liberian, a diehard Liberian. You know, somebody that will want to do something to at least put Liberia on the map. You know, we know that when it comes to entertainment, we have some of our brothers out there who they're in the Nollywood industry, you know, and Gollywood. In fact, most Liberians don't even know that those people are Liberians, you know, and you know, I think that it is just good enough when we obtain this knowledge, you know, to be able to go back home and make a positive impact, you know, amongst our own. The way up is down. I can tell anybody, you know, I believe that I'm a strong believer of Liberia. So that one of the reasons why I went back, you know.
That Riz looking for you tonight, man. Say before you leave the platform, you gotta sing one song. Yeah. Yeah, man. Trust me, I'm so proud that you went Nigeria, because other people will just seek the opportunity. Because when you look at most Liberians who left the country and they go out and they see the opportunity, they can be like, well, my career can start from here. No need of me going back. And it has happened to so many Liberians. To see you go that far and went back to Liberia, and you started with Hipco, and today you have reached this far. So can you give us a little background about Hipco when you returned from Nigeria? How was the music industry in Liberia before you got involved?
Well, I left Nigeria, and then I had to go to Ivory Coast, where I stayed for some time. And when the Ivorian War started in the year 2000, and I was compelled to go back home to Liberia. So when I went back home to Liberia, I noticed I started hearing some Liberian gospel music, and then the sound was a little better than what we used to hear a few years before I returned to Liberia. And then they had one engineer for Nigerian, man, peace to his ashes, Pastor Peter Oduma. He was somewhere New Georgia Road, you know, and he was the one who recorded few Liberian gospel music, including the famous Liberian album for Ambassador Maron Cassell, you know. He recorded for Sarah Townsend, you know. He did Jehovah Stop the World for Yahweh the Elder and other people, you know. But so when I went home, I noticed that, oh, for the gospel side, the sound was getting a little better. But then what can we do, you know, to balance the thing? Because not everybody want to do gospel music. So whilst I was thinking on what to do next, then a friend and brother who we used to sing in the same milk chorus, came from Ivory Coast, where he was teaching at Lycée American, the biggest American high school in Abidjan. Mr. Thomas Frank Holder, aka Tom Holder. He came back home, you know, and he had the same vision of opening, you know, a recording studio. I didn't have the resources at the time, and you know, but I just wanted to do music. So when we got hooked up one day around the Oro area, and he said, "My man, but then hit me up, you know, somewhere on the bypass." You know, I started something from there. So I started visiting him once in a while, you know, and then long story short, we blended, and then well, when I remember the first hipco song that we recorded was a song done by a group that is not even existing now, a group called Six Odin. You know, and Six Odin was being sponsored by the late DJ Summertime. I know if you heard about DJ Summertime. He was on
my boss.
Yeah, he was on Terrace Street there. He had his record place there. Dub cassette and all that kind of stuff. So and Summertime is one. In fact, the world needs to know that the name Hip Hop came through DJ Summertime.
Yes.
It was DJ Summertime who named the music Hip Hop. He didn't have the means to promote hip hop music. So when he saw Tom Holder on the bypass and we were there working, he brought Six Odin and we did the first, you know, R&B hip hop song for Six Odin. And it was played on few radio stations at the time, DC 101, you know, and Radio Morovia, you know, and then Omeo Radio, you know. So, and then moving forward, it was then that other artists, young artists coming up, started hearing about what was going on there by listening to radio, and then it came over. That was when we encountered FNX, Fidel Hamu, you know.
Move.
His group, the Swave. Swave. In fact, till today, Swave is still, because no other, I have not heard of any R&B, Liberian R&B secular group from back home. So as far as I know, till date, Swave is still the best R&B group from Liberia. You need to go on the internet and just tap Liberian music and spell SUAVE and listen to some of their songs, you know. And then we started working with Swave, and then we had to move from on the bypass to Peace Island in Pinsville, where the magic really began. It was in Pinsville on Bourgeois Island. Pinsville, Peace Island was where we started encouraging some of the artists would come and they want to, you know, they want to rap like they're Americans, you know, and they will come and they want to sing like, you know, they're Americans, and and some of them will try to sing like the Nigerian or Ghanaian, and we try to make them to know that, look, we're Liberians. We need to have an identity. You see, with all due respect to the guys in Liberia now who are promoting hip hop, or if you listen to radios around, people want to take the glory as though they are the ones who originated this thing. You know, we came a long way with it. We encourage the young people to divert that whole that serious thing into colloquia. You know, even the rapping and the singing and all that. The records are there. If Fidel comes on, he will tell you more. You know, if D-Trash comes on, he will tell you more. So that's where it started from. And then that gave birth to the first mix album of Liberian music called the Hip Hop Volume 1, where we had Aboku, Boraki, you know, and all those songs.
There you go.
And those songs, they didn't only go wild in Liberia, but also the West Africa, you know, and Africa at large. You know, that album was widely promoted. Every DJ wanted to play, something that sounded so Liberian on beats,
Wow.
Yeah, every DJ wanted to be the first to play, DJ TK Lamore, Patrick, how they call him, Patrick Oka, and all those people, Chris Wallow from, the on the radio, and all those people, we went to a series of different interviews trying to promote, So this is where it all really started from, right on Peace Island. So DJ Summertime gave the name Hipco, and then LNS Studio through Tom Holder and I were the first two that actually promoted this thing. And today we give God the praise that it's gone so big, and everybody now,
Wow. Now you are there, you know the historicity about Hipco now. And right now on my phone, D Trench and what his name, Fidel Hamu, they are saying yes. And they will be joining us shortly because both of them driving. They say they just want to reach home in 10, 15 minutes. When the park, they're going to join the conversation. They're going to come on live as well. Man say, you are right. That's where the Hipco came from. And even in the music, Jeppy there, and John Brace, my cousin, he said he got a line in that thing. He said, my picking, the first time I heard the Hipco, I went, wow. I tell you something about the people like it, in the street, everywhere, people singing. Oh, God.
Let me tell you something about John Briggs. They had this group. I forgot the name of their group. They had most of the guys that were on, they were attending Cottington at the time, including this one, Chilla
Punani, Dyer Smith.
Dyer Smith and all those guys, they were on Covington campus, and John Briggs was in town. But they used to meet, and do their practices. Then they come to us to record, So we go way back with all these guys, bro.
Wow.
Yes.
Man, I know I knew you been the game long time. Trust me. I know I knew you been the game because I used to be with sometimes with Charles Cassell, Chilla Papa, DJ Chicago. We used to be all the Black 146 to Betty Walker then up there with Takun J then or the rest of the folks. You see, this is a small war. I know I need you are the bone in this business.
And let me tell you something. Some people don't even know. You call Takun J me, so it just prompted me to talk more.
Yeah, go ahead.
Takun J, for Liberia to hear Takun J and for him to become the artist he became, by the grace of God, it was through my hands.
Wow.
That was after Tom and I parted ways because business was not going too good, and he had promised his wife that at a certain time, if it can't work, he will find something else to do. So and then we had to peacefully part ways. Though I was still consulting him because he's like the vapor, he's the giant. So
because everywhere it was Tom Holder Studio.
When I was recording from Mama Point, Benson Street, Mama Point, that way I encountered Takun J, and the song that made Takun J famous today is that song called Policeman Coming.
Coming,
and it went so wild, and after that everybody wanted Takun on their show, and I did the first R&B Hipco song that went platinum. Somebody called me from Cape Verde one time and said, "Oh, but this song is playing all in the club." The song I played to you today by Picado.
Chameleon.
Okay. That song, when I recorded that song, I had just one simple Yamaha keyboard with one very low graded computer. So in fact, when Jonathan Pinlele heard the song, when he came to record and take pictures of the kind of things that produced the sound he was hearing, and so that's how he sent a song to DJ Rita Ray on BBC, and then they called me for a second and 15 minutes interview. All we wanted at the time was to fight high and put Liberian music on the top. We were not looking for name. We were not looking to put our shoulders up. We just wanted it. Listen, Philip, if a music plays, if a Nigerian music plays, if maybe say you put a music on, if it is a Nigerian music, it takes you less than 30 seconds to know it is a Nigerian music.
Yeah.
Same as Ghanaian music. It was not like that before with Liberian music. So, and so many artists, they would tell them, bro, me, I can't do that thing. I don't want to do Koloko, I think too local, But we kept convincing them. Yeah. And when they saw that after doing one colloquial song, and then they become, big all over the place. They can be smuggling them through cars to go home because of the crowd and all that. They start feeling like artists. They started going to make the colloquial sound more juicy, and stuff like that. And that was what we were, really opting for.
Yeah, and trust me, I like the real colloquial side. I like when people, especially the side that has to do with mind, no, but for me, right? I love for people like our culture. We just have to represent ourselves. Yeah, we have to represent ourselves because we have to fly our flag out there. And like what you say here tonight, if you are now to come out and say it, all the people that are following us on YouTube, Facebook, they would have never known that. All they see, David. Now some of them will have a clear appreciation of who is this guy. Yeah, because all the music they put it on the shoulder now. They call themselves big boy and big girls with the Liberian music. Now some of you people, you bought a Martin Luther King.
I know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because you put your entire life, your career on the line. You go pick up from Nigeria and fly away. But you say, well, since my country do not have it, I should go back and contribute. And you came back. Man, my house up, man. I know I need all of these. Trust me. Because my cousin in Dubai Road, jump race will come. I will see here, man, Nazi man, the rest of the folks will come to the house and be like, Mama, you got why you want to make music? Why you want to sing? I said, man, I want to sing. And my uncle Louis Brown, I'll leave you here at the time. When I go tell him say I want to sing, he will be like, you all right.
But man, in fact, when it started, the elite, the money people in Liberia saw it to be like the poor charity. You know what I mean?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, now tell people like Tama Buaka, then
yes,
doing stuff, and then people say, oh,
yeah, Tama Buaka, Philip Taylor,
right,
and the rest of the folks.
Philip Taylor, we call him Ben Man.
Yeah, Benny Man. Man.
I mean, all those people that know me personally, we pay our dues. I don't know, but you saw it during the time my music ministry had the program. Yeah, it didn't take me. Sweat to get everybody. I'm not bragging, but because we pay our dues, these artists you saw here, the group of artists you saw, those are people we have, created a bond long time. So it was just easy, when we say, oh, we're having this thing, and please come over to grace the occasion, because we come a long way, seriously.
Wow. Man, that's it. That's a fair appreciation. So looking at today's music and looking at the music from 2015, 2014, 2011, what do you think is the problem right now?
You see, first of all, I guess we just diving into the industry now.
Yes, the industry.
The music industry. The question is, do we have an industry? Do we have a music industry? Maybe after I finish saying what I want to say, the question will answer itself.
I know. Okay.
Well, for example, industry, if we define industry, is an economic activity concerned with two very important components. The first component is the processing of the raw material. And the second component is the manufacturing of goods in the factories. Now, Liberia have done well over the years with the first component of industry, of music industry. That thing about processing the raw materials. The young artists come, they got a gift and everything. They go to studio, and then they record their songs. But after recording these very nice songs that can make them millionaires and billionaires, what next? What can happen after that time to take you from just being, an artist with a gift, and to be somebody that will be called a career musician? So it is the second component, the manufacturing of goods in the factory. That's the part that makes you okay. There is no manufacturing company in Liberia when it comes to music. There is none at all. When you hear some of the artists, how much people buy albums over there? We still got Araki and Sonia down Waterside. In fact, when we were producing music in Liberia, those were the people that we were depending on, to sell the songs to be able to put some money in our pocket. because no company there to say that we get one or two different companies that own competition with our artists and their music and something. And as your Liberian artist, how many of you guys have signed, a contract to enter a record label?
None.
You know,
I did very few.
there isn't, you hear people saying, oh, John Brown Records, Peter Paul Records, but that record is a label, brother. It's attached to an industry, and we have not gotten there yet.
Yes.
The artists, the gift is there. There are a lot of gifted artists that you can put in competition with the Davidos and the Wizkids and all the people now from Liberia. Even some of them, even better than them when it comes to the gift. But those people, right now, because of the industry, the level, they're way up there, and we still way down there yet. And here's the problem, Philip. Anything you listen to over and over, even if you didn't like it from the beginning, you tend to start falling in love with it because maybe
part of
you're compelled to listen to it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
When the Ghanaians wanted to start getting revenue from their music industry, the House went and legislated that Ghana should, every radio station should play 98.5% Ghanaian music.
So whether you like it or not, you have to listen to it.
And they were shutting radio stations down for not playing that amount of Ghanaian music and stuff. You understand? You think if we and now in Liberia, most of the DJs, I don't know if most of them have changed, but they made Liberian music to be something like, it's some any ordinary. How can you place Liberian music in a small corner? You got 1 hour on the air and you say, I'll play 15 minutes Liberian music, because some of them feel that, they feel so good talking about Beyonce and talking about R. Kelly and all these people. They think that by doing that, people see them to be some DJ that is informed. But if you want to graduate from being that DJ that depending on $100 whole month as a salary, to be somebody who, because if these artists become millionaires today, tomorrow, your own life will have to change, because the radio station now will start charging these different record labels certain amount of money to play artist music on in radio stations, and then the DJ level will be upgraded and everything else. But people feel that they're playing. So the first thing that needs to happen, the government will have to step in. The government needs to step in and come down with some kind of law that will compel. We understand now in Liberia, people, most radio stations are playing Liberian music, let's say maybe 50%, 60, 70%, but it's still not enough.
Yes.
If the government makes the radio stations in Liberia to play altogether Liberian music, you see the competition will grow. Because no DJ will want to play messy Liberian music. He'll be going for the better ones to play. So it gives the artists the practice to go, and then also sharpen his gift more to come up with something better. Because if one DJ is playing one of the new artists now music, and then you just come in and you want to be in competition with that artist, you got to make sure you work so that your music, your lyrics, and everything sound better than that artist. So
okay, David, just before we have D-Trench, let me just bring him on. Talking about the booms in the Liberian music. What's up, my dear brother? What's going on?
Trench it.
Salute, I'm doing great. David Gurley and Philip Logan, what's up?
Not much, man.
What's up, Mr. American? How's Maryland?
Doing great, bro.
Yeah. So we have
Thank
been
God.
joined by D-Trench, and we have Fidel Hamoud with join us shortly. These are the bones of Liberian music. So David Gurley was just giving us some historicity about when the music industry in Liberia, or the Liberian music was just on the flow when you guys pick it up and start running with it. And today there's a clear appreciation with the younger ones now. They are benefiting from what you guys sweat for back in those days. They're just traveling for musical award in the Americas, in Canada, and other places. They need to put some respect on you people. That's why we're here to talk about it tonight. Well, welcome D Trench. Just tell our audience who is
Thank you.
D
Thank
Trench, man.
Well, D Trench is Abraham P. Cologne. And are you hearing me?
Yes, we hear you. D Trench, you want to put your phone in a landscape mode so we can see your whole entire background?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh oh.
Oh, your screen is not rotating, right? Then no problem, no problem. I just wanted to be
Just
the David screen.
smart view.
Okay, if it's not rotating, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, Abraham Cologne is D Trench, and we originally, started the whole hip hop music back then since 2002, 2003, but it was officially launched in 2005 with the hip hop volume 1, 2, and 3. Um, so yeah, I mean, Liberia, we've been around for a while, and I'm very grateful for all the promoters who stood by the genre of music called hip hop music that is trending right now globally. I think it's exciting that we all work together as Liberians, globally to push our arts and culture to the rest of the world. So we look forward to more greatness out of Liberia. I think Liberia is the best country on the planet. I think we have a lot of potential, a lot of possibilities to explore. Uh, we just need to embrace change,
Hmm.
and the industry has a lot of work needed to be done. So that's why we're trying to strategize, and we need more technocrats and experienced individuals to help shift the dynamic of what the creative sector is in Liberia.
Thank you so much, D Trench. So I would just go back to you, Mr. Gertie. You are talking about the industry, the difference between the industry you're giving us or the problem about the Liberian music. So can you just start from where you stopped? Send D Trench just John or want him to introduce himself.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, we actually want to say that we really do not have an industry over there. Because if we had an industry, the rules will be followed. The artists will not only be coming up with great music, but you will see the effect. You see their livelihood is going to change. And all that. Yeah, they can be on par with their West African counterpart and even African counterpart. But I mean, I believe we're getting there. I've been away for over 7 years now. Yeah, but we still got our ears on the ground. If there was even one company who have come, as a real quote unquote good record label on the grounds, that will be able to help our people there, we will hear the news on this side, you know. So the people are there, they're doing good with the music, the recording studios are getting better, the sound is by far better than even when we started. Yeah, but there's still a little more to do to get us to the place we need to be.
Okay, so D Trench, man, you just joined us, but Mr. David Gertie already gave us a historicity. He talked about DJ Summertime, back in the days up there, Black 146, Betty Walker, and the rest of the folks. I still imagine when we were back home into Liberian music from its early stages, man. So D Trench, our people following us tonight, can you tell our people some of the music that you produce in Liberia during your days of music, man?
Well, it's been a lot of songs like Bom Dali Da, like
I
Oh,
know.
you know, man.
And
featuring
the first one I expected to hear.
yeah, featuring Nasty,
Hippo Volume 1.
Hippo Volume 1, Apology with Swave, the group Swave. Um, Triple C's and the Realities album I came up with. I came up with that album long before hip hop was officially launched. When we were working with Summertime, the late, may his soul rest in peace, with like a couple of artists around him doing the genesis of hip hop music, and we were all in a group called 26 Degrees.
Okay.
You have Wallace and Summertime, D Trench, and we had Switch, that is DJ Donzo.
Yeah.
All right. So later on, the other guys, John, like the late Tim, may his soul rest in peace. Um, Takunji actually joined the the group when we were all like LIB Records. You know, there are a lot of other artists that came on board after we transitioned from 26 Degrees Group to LIB Records because the intent
Mm-hmm.
that we all were working on was to bring together all our creative young minds through the length and breadth of Liberia to join the conduit or the movement
Mm-hmm.
to really push our craft out there. But we had some struggles because back in the days we were like looking at the Ghanaian music was trending at the time, you know, Ivorian music. So we didn't have a total representation for the new breed of Liberian musicians. So we struggle with coming up with names. There were a lot of names recommended, but we came up later on with a name at Spokes Commission called HIPCO. There were other recommendations, but we voted that name to be the name to represent our own genre of music, like the way you had hip life,
Mm-hmm.
for other countries, you know what I mean, like Ghana, Nigeria. Yeah, so we came up with that. Even though we had the late Tikamso Rabo, Murray Dolly, Tikman Nimlan were doing
He's a Harvey.
Bema, Hits and Harvey were doing Bema music at the time. They were throwing some hip-hop jargons, but at the time it was not branded hip-hop. It was
Mm-hmm.
called our colloquial or our pidgin.
Mm-hmm.
So we came up with the name hip-hop, that is hip colloquial, like the way you have hip hop, hip,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So we came up with that name and we did the movement. We had a lot of street jamborees from district to district, township, estate to estate. We went on the movement. It was not easy. It was tough. People were not really willing to embrace the craft at the time. They
Mm-hmm.
saw a bunch of artists like we were all grown up guys. We had nothing to do. Back then that was the stereotype.
Yeah.
People are not really understanding how creativity, brings a lot of peace of mind. Creativity brings a lot of freedom financially, emotionally. Like if you have a lot of productive people out of a nation and people are more busy on developing crafts and new ideas and
Mm-hmm.
venturing into new skills, developing the human resource, you see a lot of positivity come out of that country. You see a lot of productivity come out of that country, and you don't have a lot of people striving to want to be in politics. I think we welcome the government to really look into the creative sector, to try to embrace, our craft and our arts and culture so that we can leverage opportunities. I mean, other neighboring countries around have been doing tremendously well to embrace their craft. Their citizens have been supportive
Mm-hmm.
immensely. And I think Liberians are really reawakening to see the possibilities on how we could, support our own stuff. Before it was kind of hard, but we still triumph, even though back then when hip hop were hip hop, we had a couple of songs coming up, on the hip hop volume one. We went and sold the idea to Thomas Holder. He's one of the legends too, legend producer. And we also have Steve Tikwa,
Mm-hmm.
who are trying to promote the other side of craft, when it comes to supporting the movement of hip hop. And we have all the radio presenters and promoters. We have Vivek Gurley also, who was working with Thomas Holder. We had a lot of other people like Abel Michelle. We had like Isaac Woods. We had a lot of other people who were behind the scene who were, trying to promote our craft. But when it comes to the promoters, like the late Prince Tule, may so rest in peace, Hammer Bird. He's now in Europe. We had
Wellington Vatican,
Wellington, Vatican. We had
Patrick Oka,
Patrick Oka, the
Chris
boss,
Wallow.
Chris Wallow, all these people, um, they really did extremely well for the movement. If it had not been for them believing in what we started, we
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have triumphed. And we were really grateful for all those who were Liberians who, initially embraced the idea of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful to all the new breed of Liberian musicians who have taken bold steps, not to allow the hip hop genre to die, but to, stay push, and they're doing tremendously well to ensure that we can represent, Africa. I mean, before we lost our value, we were great in Africa. I mean, Ghanaians were relying on our music, Nigerians, Sierra Leoneans were relying on a lot of positive things that were coming out of Liberia because we're pioneering a lot of things. But
Yeah.
we lost all those permanence because of the civil unrest and all those catastrophe that hit us. So we need a lot of rehabilitation. But I think it's prudent if we Liberians can really look into the creative sector, embrace the whole concept of all these different industries that can come out of the creative sector and create more jobs and opportunity for Liberians. I mean, we can just be Liberians in Liberia or in diaspora and always wanting to be in politics and government. I think there's a lot of strife in the country because we have not embraced the creative sector to triumph, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
just talking it. It's about government instituting policies to make sure that most of these industry that play like the movie union or the union that represent industries, like
Mm-hmm.
movie union, music union, writers union, and the rest, it's endless. It's a broad thing. So if government can really instate budgetary laws like inclusion of the creative sector in national fiscal budget and really support immensely, not just giving 50,000, 75,000, or 100,000. We need you know great investment in this creative sector. We need great investment. It's going to come from international counterparts as well as Liberians who are financially potent. It's going to come from government institutions and agencies to see how best they could put in the fiscal budget, something good that could liberate the creative sector in the country, giving some good amount of resources to the music union, the movie union, and all the other unions and empower them.
Mm-hmm.
Unions are only functional if you have the technocrats and the right mindset of people who understand what they're doing, so that we can have the framework set up in the right way, because it's not just about saying it. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just about doing the music and putting the music out there on radios. It's not all about just being passionate about the craft. It's
Mm-hmm.
about understanding system and how you can integrate system and make the system automated so that it will enable even government to generate resources, continuously through taxes. If most creative minds are being empowered
Mm-hmm.
in the country, they'll be able to grow to wealth. They will be able to contribute immensely back to the country's revenue. They will take on uh, social corporate responsibilities, and they will have a lot of people being employed as well. Because the whole thing about entertainment, and a lot of people stand to be employed, is not only about people who are in front of the camera or people who are in limelight. You have managers, you have promoters, you have publicists, you have a lot of other people. It's a whole nine yard. A lot of other people could benefit from opportunities around the creative sector. So I think if government really prioritize, I'm very grateful to government for all the tireless efforts they've been trying to do
Mm-hmm.
to get our artists get leverage going international on international stage like in Dubai and other countries. I mean that's a great movement. I'm grateful to Judy Andy, who has been around for a very long time pushing um, things to make sure that young artists have opportunities. But I think there are more to be done. And we now need to understand the structure and the framework has to be tight, because royalties to artists is essential. You have to do the whole thing from start to finish. You can't just leave it half of the way, then you don't have the full implementation and benefits that come from it. So
Yeah.
once anyone becomes member in any of the unions or
Mm-hmm.
industries around the creative sector,
Mm-hmm.
these people become members, and their union should be responsible to protect their rights, in collaboration with the court, with the copyright office, and the labor law, as well as the information culture and tourism,
Mm-hmm.
ministry. So if you do the whole structure and the framework, I mean, artists can stand to benefit royalties not only from performances, not only from the CDs or DVDs, but also we digitize the entire industry so that people can also tap into the global phenomenon or trend of streaming royalties. So if artists have their content online and their content have been digitized, it gives leverage for them to have continuous residual income.
Mm-hmm.
Something that if they have their content online and the content are making hair waves or hairlines, and people around the world tapping into listening to the content, they could get something back. It's not all about just spending the money going to the studio and recording the song and taking it to radio station or being called to be paid less. And another problem we have in our industry, most of the international artists or African artists,
Mm-hmm.
promoters will go and bring them and pay them thousands of dollars, 30,000, 50,000, 15,000, huge amount of money. And the artists in Liberia or the entertainers in Liberia will be paid chicken change, as we can say in our layman term, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Peanuts. And I think there should be a system around, how much, if the artists are categorized, like, beginner artists or underground artists to that of professional artists. There should be system, and benchmarks and ratio to have an equivalent of what the international artists coming to the country to perform would be, the local artists will be getting, as benefits, because it's more like most of the time international artists come, I'm not sure they even get performance licenses, from these institutions, these unions. I think the union should work in line with the labor ministry and information culture and tourism, so that any international artists coming on our premise or on our land, they should be able to pay taxes with the LRA, and they'll be able to pay not even mandatory to join the unions, because
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an open, uh, it's a global code that artists in different countries have the intellectual property. If radio stations in any country playing their content, they should be also protected. So it's advantageous also for artists and creative minds who are in neighboring countries around Liberia,
Mm-hmm.
or internationally, can also tap into the system or structure or framework that we set up, constructively, so that they too can be protected as they in their different countries through their unions
Mm-hmm.
and the structures they already have will also protect our rights, our intellectual property rights. So I mean, it's a whole nine yard. It's not just being creative or being an artist and making headlines. I mean, I've seen Liberian artists really triumph, making millions of followers or views, but most of
Okay.
them have nothing to show for it. I mean,
recording
so
recording albums every year.
Yeah.
exactly, and nothing to show for it. I mean, sometimes the artists will grow so big in Liberia, everybody will be yelling the artist's name, and then later
Oh
on,
yeah.
you find out that they don't have money to pay the rent. They're putting them all that thing is immediating.
Yeah. Because I
It's
remember
not cool.
General called it out D-Trench. I think a few days ago on Facebook, they were putting some musician stuff out and people were playing fun of that.
I mean, that's what we're talking about. We need to teach musicians the financial part of
Yes.
entertainment. It's not just about the passion to perform or the passion to act or the passion to write. People have to know, the benefit of the financial literacy, and
Mm-hmm.
how they should understand how to organize themselves. It's not doing it by themselves, but they should have a whole team around them, like managers, like promoters, like publicists, people who are legal minds, like an
Mm-hmm.
attorney, people who will be there in the interest on their behalf. But I think it's prudent if most of the creative minds start to really lobby and negotiate and collaborate with their unions, because I think togetherness is strength. So the more the different unions are
Mm-hmm.
able to incorporate more membership or go for a campaign to incorporate more people as
Mm-hmm.
members, I think the larger the number, the easier the transformation. Because I mean, radio stations playing music, there should be a countdown regulation, and radio station should have rotation of a certain list, and each time they promote these songs, I mean, royalties are to be gained for these creative minds.
That's
People
it.
who create the content, even with TV. Where
Mm-hmm.
people running ads on these videos, these movies, these music videos, and all these digital content. I mean, they should be paying the creative minds some residual income. And
Yeah.
you can only do that if you automate the system. That's why I was talking earlier. I think the power of technology is going to change a lot of things in Liberian industries, not only the entertainment industry, not only the creative sector. We need to try to industrialize Liberia. I think that's the answer and the solution for Liberia. We need to incorporate a lot of technocrats working along with international counterparts to ensure that Liberia become a productive nation. I mean, we were known to be one of the major producer of rubber before,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, and iron ore. We have a lot of natural resources and minerals in the country. Liberians, there shouldn't be any Liberian poor. I mean, we already have everything we need to be rich in our country. We just need to have the right minds, the right people who would give people the insight and the motivation and the inspiration and the enlightenment about what power they carry. Being a human being. A lot of people got skills. They just need people who would tap into what they actually have capabilities in, and develop it. We should have more workshops, more training, more you know more people embracing. I mean, government plays major role though for the
Mm-hmm.
industry in Nigeria to have a transformation. Good luck, Geneton had to put some millions of dollars there. You know what I mean? And it's not all about just spending the money to not have any outcome, but you have the right team, the right technocrats, the right systems, and things can change.
Yeah,
Things
that's
can
it.
change.
That's it. So we're gonna come back to you, Detrench. So let's hear
Yes.
from our brother David Gertie. So David, as to what he was saying, what do you think is needed to help to promote the industry, to help promote Liberian music? Because just in that, when you answering this question, of recent we heard about the the bicentennial program. And I thought that bicentennial program was actually intended to boost the tourism sector for foreigners who come into the country to know the kind of a styles we have, our Liberian product, our Liberian music, everything about Liberia, to just introduce it to the rest of the people. But surprisingly, we saw that we have foreign artists performing and our Liberian musicians were silent there. So just speak on those topics, please, for me.
Well, Philip, is an age-old thing. D-Trench know what I'm talking about. There was a time that I worked with an entertainment group in Morovia called Hush Entertainment when they brought in Two-Face Debia and Mr. Ibu and other people, at the ATS. Hush Entertainment was headed by Baku Totman and some other guys. I think one Fakoli or yes, one guy, famous guy in town there too. So yeah, but
Kapakoli.
Kabakoli,
Oh,
Jake
Jake
Kabakoli,
Kabakoli?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and
Yeah, one Kapakoli.
just talking about how much disgrace these artists have been through. I was opportune to do the ad for that particular show, and then I went to Hush Entertainment office to
Mm-hmm.
go and get my money. Then when I went there, I saw our artists lining up in the place, someone is sitting all on the floor. People don't even care about them, they only want to pay attention to Two-Face, and the foreign artists that they brought. So these artists have suffered a great deal when it comes to entertainment in their own country. They are in competition with foreigners, and like what D-Trench was saying, talking about the creative mind is there, but we just all praying that the country can have some leadership someday that will see the need, to really pay attention to that sector. That just it. It has to start from the authority. If these artists, you heard Defense talking about Gula Jonathan infusing money into the Nigerian music industry,
Mm-hmm.
the Ghanaians wanted to improve their sound. You heard me talk about it, what it
Mm-hmm.
did, uh, our own people will have to do something, but it has to start from up there. Our president is an entertainer. He's from that particular sector. One would think that, by now, musicians will be, I mean, their level would have changed. But unfortunately, they're still there trying, struggling, to get there. So it just has to start from the authority. That's all.
Okay, it has to start with the authority. So, Detrench, let me come back to you because before you join us, David Gurley made some points. He talked about Ghana and the industry in Ghana, how the government helped to promote the industry. And specifically, he said something that I want to ask you about. He said the government tried to at least make it mandatory that radio stations will have to play at least 60 or 70 or 80% of Ghanaian music on a daily basis. Do you think we need such an enforcement in Liberia as well from the national government?
Well, I think it's advantageous if we have, policies to protect, our citizens, or foreigners. I mean, we have always embraced foreigners in Liberia, but I think it's about time we prioritize our own craft, our own, citizens. Because if you go to Ghana, they say Ghana is the best, and they want to prioritize their own stuff over anything else. So I think Liberians should really see the need to have some policies in place, regulatory policies to ensure that we are prioritized. Our individuals who are citizens in our country are prioritized than foreigners. So I support that, and I think mandating media or radio houses or TV stations, mandating them would bring a lot of strife and chaos. So I think there's proceeding to be flexible and make sure that all these stakeholders, when it comes to the media uh, sector in Liberia, all these stakeholders, all these radio stations owners, TV stations owners, you call them, you summon them to meeting and tell them the significance, you tell them the importance, and you build a teamwork around them, and you create a system where they could embrace and they could channel, working along with the system to make sure that not only them, will triumph, but the content creators will triumph, and everyone can be successful. Because I mean, artists themselves will also need radio stations for their promotions, would need TV station for promotion as well. And when it comes to music and entertainment, media houses can charge people to, buy slots, buy spaces for adverts, for promotions. So I mean, it's incumbent on them to also reciprocate that same energy. If they're maybe playing a Liberian song and they're running an ad at their radio station using a Liberian song, I think is right for the artist whose song is being used or content is being used have royalties. So I think it's fair, but I think the more Liberian content are being promoted on our media, it gives more hunger to the Liberian populace or the citizens in the country to embrace our arts more. Because if they're hearing the Ghanaian Nigerian music more on all the radio stations in the country, I mean, what would make it significant for them to want to follow their own artists? They want to embrace foreign artists. So when the foreign artist song trend on our media, everyone will want to see the foreign artists. If they come to the country, they want to perform. But if our artists or if our content creators are prioritized, people will have no other option. We're not saying we don't want to, coexist with our neighboring countries and counterparts when it comes to the industries of which we exist. We'll also strategize ways that it could have airtime play, but it should be at the minimum, because they don't promote Liberian songs in Ghana like that on the radio station. They don't promote Liberian songs in Nigeria and Sierra Leone like that. So it's not being biased. It's just being a nation that prioritizes its own. So I think people will understand that we're trying to make a change, and we're embracing um, what is to be done rightly or rightfully, to have a transformation, because we want to ensure that creative minds make millions out of the craft. A lot of people see it like Nigeria and Ghana got a huge population. That's why the artists are succeeding and becoming millionaires. It's not it. I mean, Liberia has the population of approximately 5 million, 4 point something to 5 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if one artist song can trend with just a million people paying $1, or even if you say 50 cents, you have 2 million people paying 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
That person could be a millionaire in a year.
It's true.
That person can be a millionaire in a year, and government can tax that person a setting fee or levy, on the amount of money they generated that year. And the artist can be able to invest in the same country by building, buying land, building structures. It's gonna develop the economy. It's gonna make people have hope. It's gonna make people not struggle. It's gonna eliminate poverty. We're talking about a poverty reduction strategy. We're talking about pro agenda. These things are things that should be prioritized. It's not all about people just seeing, government and representatives and senators. I think representatives and senators are becoming more stars in Liberia than the stars are. I think senators, representatives know how feelings to them. As I think I respect a lot of government officials. I've been
Mm-hmm.
supportive. I've never been lambasting or trying to castigate any leader. I don't do that. I
Mm-hmm.
speak to the issues, and I think if everyone can reckon with what the reality is, I mean, entertainment, people choose it as their career. If you're a singer, if you're a singer, you're an actor, it's your career. You should live from it. You should be able to sustain your family from it.
It's
It's
true.
like you go to school and get a degree, you're being employed, you're being paid every month. Entertainers should be with the opportunity. We need to create the opportunity through systems, frameworks, policies,
Philip,
regulations.
can I come in small?
Yeah. Okay. Come
Yes.
in. Come
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
David.
With the same issue, I know D-Trench, he alluded that if you legislate a law, compelling radio stations to play a certain percentage of, Liberian music, it
Mm-hmm.
could cause chaos. And then he gave ways that it should be done. I
Mm-hmm.
remember during the Ellen regime, her first term in office, we were invited to a 4-day seminar that was held by the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism when they had that minister with the pop eyes. Tell anybody how they call that Bazaga. He was
I said
Lawrence
Jackson.
Goblet.
Isaac Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay, I said
Thank
Jackson.
you.
Okay.
He was the minister at the time. And he headed that entire seminar for the 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It was through there that we got to know that the records are on the book when it comes to the different laws that people should follow that could help our entertainers so that their lives can change.
Mm-hmm.
The records have been on the book years before even the Ellen regime. But because these laws are not implemented,
Mm-hmm.
you understand? So Ghana legislated a law that helped the music industry today. It didn't cause any chaos. You understand me?
Yeah.
And Liberians being the third group of people in the world after the black and the white people, I think, if these artists have suffered too long, bro, if it means that some authority comes with some iron hand,
Mm-hmm.
so that at least people can benefit from their intellectual property, I think to me, the way forward is to have this legislation, and then it will help a great deal. Trust me, it's really going to help because you don't even know right now
Mm-hmm.
when we will have the first Liberian millionaire musician, whether gospel or secular artist, giving the way our music sector looks. You understand? And it doesn't look like something that could happen anytime soon, except that person comes on the outside here and then they make their money and go back home. But to say from the economy, they make their money from royalties, of their music.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, That's my view. That if the government comes down hard through the two houses, to me, we could get somewhere. Especially they have people monitoring radio stations to really know if these artists themselves will be reporting radio stations. You know that because they
Mm-hmm.
want to. Most of them they don't do a lot during the course of the day. They listen to radio a whole lot, so they'll be calling. And to me, after a given period of time, things could change. I was in Ivory Coast for years. I didn't hear no other country music on a radio station except Ivorian music, whether they were knocking oak up or they were
Mm-hmm.
playing it nicely, the Ivorian music. All the time I stayed down there, I got used to Ivorian music when I went back home in Liberia. The only time I would listen to some radio station, if I pass in and then they play Ivorian music that moment, I was there and be shaking my head because that's what I got used to.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. So if you're just following us, we are on the Logan's Hour. We are on YouTube as well. So you don't necessarily have to go on my Facebook. You can go on YouTube and watch it. So we're going to take a 5 seconds break. When we come back, we will ask this Detroit or Pacific question concerning the tourism sector. Thank you. All right, Detroit. So Detroit, this is a specific question to you concerning the Ministry of Information, Culture Affairs, and Tourism. I think when you take a deeper look at that ministry, I think the only part of that ministry that is real functioning is the side that has to do with information dissemination. But when it comes to the tourism sector, do you think the tourism sector is partly dead?
Well, I can say it's partly dead. I think people are trying to exert their own, you know, energy towards trying to do what they can do. I'm not trying to publicly ridicule any leader or any government agency, but I think there are a lot of work to be done. And you see, tourism is a huge, industry. Is very huge around the world. Like Liberia has a lot of intriguing things that the world needs to see. That's why you see development, like infrastructure development, will bring a lot of transformation. We'll have historical sites,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of Liberians had not even experienced their own intriguing history and interesting, historical sites. Not many
Mm-hmm.
Liberians have navigated the entire country. So I think it's incumbent on a lot of Liberians in diaspora as well as local Liberians who have financial potency to venture more into the tourism sector by creating businesses around tourism.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like people who are into infrastructure development, like doing real estate development, they should be able to expand their projects through the length and breadth of Liberia. They should be able to also incorporate, you know, like diversifying the scope of operations. Like even when it comes to the union itineraries and functionality, right? It
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't just be saturated in Monserrato. We should have branches all around the country in the different counties. There should be sub offices. And you have administrations there to make people.
I think he's frozen.
Yeah, sometimes when people calling you on regular call, what can
Yeah.
happen?
So go ahead, dear girl. You can pick up from there where he stopped.
Oh,
We're
well,
talking
but
the
something he made mention, or it had to do with
mm-hmm.
decentralizing the sector, the tourism sector.
Mm-hmm.
But Ministry of Education actually for the past 5 years have started the process of decentralizing, like the uh, the head of information and tourism in Margibi County, Upper Margibi County, is a former gospel musician that I know by the name of MC Pakula.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know you heard that name before, Macmillan Pakula or something. So he's the head of the information, culture, and tourism sector of the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism from Monrovia. So, and then I was told that they have the same thing in Nimba and few other counties.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're trying to decentralize, but I believe there's still more to do.
So the state have more to be done.
Oh yeah.
Because when you look at where like what D-Trends talk about intellectual properties and copyright laws, I feel all of those have to be heavily fall on the tourism side of it. Because if we make the our Liberian music more attractive to foreigners and people who visit Liberia frequently, trust me, all the royalties and everything we talk about, our guys are going to benefit from those. But I know D Trench is going to come back. Hamu stay. He just got from the mall, so he's going to join us. But if he don't join us, that's fine. But he was making his way home at least to be able to join this conversation. I was just sending Jonathan Kofa the message to join us, but he said it's so late right now. Takun J, yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah, I wanted him to join us as well because you see this whole thing about Liberian music. I want to ask you this question, but I wanted for D-Trench and Hamu and everybody to be here. You guys are the veterans. The old bones have been in the business for long. What is it that you guys doing to at least hold this industry with certain level of what do I say? Um, are you guys grouping yourself to try to hold the industry together to guide the younger ones who just coming up in this music business?
Well, except you want to, but it's like a broad, you're speaking from a broader perspective.
Yes,
But
I think I started communicating all the older folks, all the young, the guys who been in this business for some time. Like, hey guys, let's need we have a union on this side. Let's start getting each other contacts to know what
when
can
you're
we
talking
do.
about the diaspora, right?
Yeah, maybe everywhere. Yeah, diaspora. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, not exactly. Not that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
And I still want to say no because even if any of the guys have initiated something like that, I will be in the know, they would have called me or so. I think, you and I know how busy America is, and everybody's still trying to work on themselves, like Fidel, you know that he came up with few very good songs recently, and he did some nice videos. Something I don't know how many of the Liberian people really following Fidel, because if you see some of his videos, I can't remember the title of that particular song, but there is a particular song, that video, because the way they on the yacht and all those kind of things, that speedboat. You saw that video?
I know the video you're talking about. It's so classic.
Fidel spent almost $30,000 for that video.
Yeah.
And that video is up to class, and we still need to do more to follow our artists. I really do not know why, but it still boils down to us being Liberians. We go on parties here, we prefer listening to Kiss Daniel as opposed to listening to MC Caro. We play a song one time enough,
and that's bad to me though.
Of course.
That's bad because if we should support our own people, we can just play that song one time and just believe, okay, now you're on your own, decide what you want to do. Yeah. But do you think there's a need that you guys start working on something, all of the diaspora Liberians who been into the business back in those days?
There is a need, but then we need to have we need to have a reason why, because if it has to do with, we think the people are not promoting, because what we laid the foundation for is already, they're already carrying it out. The biggest thing we're looking at now from back home is the industry. Artists are not really making the kind of money they should be making out of their intellectual property. They're not really making the kind of money. But D-Train is back on, so
yeah. So D-Train, let me ask you a question, because I think the last time D-Train, one of the last time you make music, 2020, right? Can you hear me?
I hope he's not frozen again. They may need to sing for us tonight before you go.
Yes, man.
Oh no. Well, I mean, I did some singles, like 2020, 2021.
Yeah. Freedom One Wall. You got one?
Freedom One Wall, and With a Dream. So
let that song small, man. Let that Freedom One Wall small.
Come on, Trish.
Yeah. Well,
Show
Detroit,
the people the voice you still got, my man. I
you want me
still
to play that
see you
Freedom
there.
One War so you can give us more freestyle that?
Maybe you could play Baby's Love on YouTube
Okay, baby's love.
by D
Yeah.
Trench. Yeah.
Remember when you had a natural voice, you talking about YouTube?
Oh, look at it, man. I'm not really actively singing right now, but I'm working with a producer, a Grammy Award producer. He has produced for Usher Raymond, Mary J. Blige, and I've been able to talk with him. He's called Herb Middleton. He's worked with P. Diddy for many years, so he has grown interest in investing in Liberia by bringing his record label to Liberia. So we're working on that right now, and we were able to get Lady Murphy on it as well. So we're working on it. It's the record label is called Moontown Records. So we're trying to see how best we could, bring a renowned international record label to Liberia that could uh, help creative minds, to leverage the arts globally. So there are a lot of things we're working on, there are a lot of things. And I'm still working in diaspora to attract more investment opportunities to Liberia, especially in the creative sector and other areas of my business venture.
Okay. So like yeah, this baby love from D Train.
Whenever I call, you show me so much of love, and my mind is made up to love and care for you, girl, baby. Every time you come around me, I'm crazy. You come around me, I'm crazy. We belong together forever. Through the storm, underneath the fire. We belong together forever. That's why I'm calling you my love. All of the beauty sparkles my memories. I was imagining you being next to me. We belong together forever. That's why I'm calling you my love. Baby, 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 baby. Baby, 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 baby. I'm gonna give you what I got through tonight. Make you fly till you reach the skies. I wanna get over you. I wanna get next to you. And when I'm doing it, you're screaming so loud and yelling, baby, please don't stop. Cause you're teasing my mind, making me fine, making me out like I'm in heaven. This is good loving, and I heard my baby screaming. Ooh, baby, I'm getting over. I love you, love you, love you. Ooh, baby, I'm loving you. I love you, love you, love you. The treasure, I'm loving you. Calling your name. Baby, won't you come and let me find your rain? Forever, I wanna take you family. We belong together. That's why I'm calling you love. The beauty circles my memories. I wasn't imagining you being next to me. We belong together forever. That's why I'm calling you love.
All right, so let's go back to D Train. D Train, you want to anyway? First, let's welcome our brother Fidel Hamu. Mr. Hamu, welcome to the Logan's Hour, man.
Oh man, I can't hear you. Just give me a minute. Let me grab my earphone.
All right, that's fine. All right, so D Train, tell what about the music? What's the background
Pardon?
of the music? What's the background of this baby love?
Baby's Love. I'm hearing feedback, but Baby's Love
You heard
was,
Fidel from Fidel because I think he's
yeah,
close to you.
yeah. Baby's Love. It's a song I did back then. It won me like 3 different awards.
Oh wow.
Yeah, best R&B artist of the year that year. With Steve Tikwa and the Satcom Awards, and it actually came to me because I was in a relationship back then, and I had to reassure someone I was in love with, like we belong together, So
Yeah.
it's a love song though. It's a love
Oh
song.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a love song. It was actually done, I think, 2007. 2008. Yeah, that was when
Wow.
it was done.
Baby's love. So welcome, Mr. Hamu. Welcome to the
Hello, can
Logan's
you hear
Hour.
me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I think you and Fidel, you guys are a little closer, so that's why we're getting some echo.
Okay, you hearing me now, right?
Yes, I'm hearing you well.
Yeah, I mean that song was done I think 2007, 2008. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's been ever since.
All right. So Fidel, can you introduce yourself to our people, please?
I'm not seeing Fidel.
He's off? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
Fidel, I think they're calling you to get online. I think.
yeah, maybe Fidel gone in the
Hold on.
background.
You guys in the same building right now?
Yes.
Yeah, we're chilling. We
The man
the man,
the
we're
man
getting
is
on
chilling.
flight tomorrow to
Yeah,
Rhode
that's what
Island.
I said. I ain't forget about that, man. The man get car Indiana. That's no for me, oh. If Fidel, man.
The 2 minute traveling tomorrow, my man. Fidel,
Ah.
how more you get yummy?
Yeah, I think I can hear you.
All right. Can you introduce yourself to our people? The people want to know who is Fidel Hamu.
Well, I mean, I have different aspects to me. So, which part of Fidel Hamoud they want to know? They
The
want to know the
musician.
music of Fidel. Well, my name is Fidel Hamoud. I go by the name FNX. Um, I started in Liberia. I don't remember the year, probably like 2003, with my group Swave, and we were part of the Genesis. You know, with my man D Trench and everybody. We were part of the whole beginning of the new Liberian music. Everybody know to be hip hop. So yeah, a lot of people know me from people from back in the day. Well, I've
Mm-hmm.
been off the scene. I've been off the scene for a while now, especially like the Liberian scene. But yeah, if you know Billy K, you know my man Joe B. We were a part of the group Swave, and one of my colleagues from my group, actually a group member, he won the first Star is Born, the Armel Star is Born.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a lot of stuff in Liberia. People who go way back, they know us.
Okay.
I'm
That's
not
good.
sure if the new people know us like that because we've been off the scene. But yeah, I've been working solo for a while now, and I guess some people know me as Swave, and some people know me from my solo career.
Okay. So there's this song you have, it's called Let Me Go. And I was a little confused the first time I listened to that song. And I feel that song is a hate. I don't know why Mo LaBrun hasn't listened to that song yet. But can you give a little background of that song called Let Me Go? So maybe for those that have never listened to that song, just before, let me just play at least just 5 or 10 seconds of it so they can know what I'm talking about.
Cool.
Girl, you said you got another man, and how you got the keys to your heart. Feeling like you better start a fire and let me burn into the ground. And you don't have to keep a secret. It's written all over your face. And you don't act like you don't feel it. When it's showing all your ways. But you don't know, but you don't want. You don't wanna bring the rhythm to my life. Girl, you don't know, but you don't want. You don't wanna let the stars in my sky. See, I need your love. I really, really want all of your love. From another guy you love.
All right, so let's just get it. So what's the background behind this song? Because if I listen to G Trench, I come back to you. You guys have taken the Liberian music on a whole different level. Trust me. This new
Right.
music that you guys have started to make, it's not like no rough music back in the days. Oh, Jebby there. We come in, knock your head. It has changed. Trust me. The whole game has changed because if you look at the quality of some of the music now in the video, it's compared to Grammy Award music video.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So what's the background behind this? Let me go. D-Train already told her own the music, baby love, and Chew Bene. Now what you
Man, the woman again, girl champ, bro. So for me, now the same thing, right? So you know, a lot of people like I'm very private, so a lot of people really don't know my story here and there, you know. But I was going through a divorce, and it seemed like my ex was trying to use me in the process. So you know, she didn't want to be with me, but she wanted to still have me around doing things for her, you know, getting the benefits of what I was bringing to the table. So the song is about me, you know, telling her if I'm not the guy for you, I'm not. While you wasting our time, like let me go. There's somebody else waiting for me. You know, I could. There's other people out there. You know, I'm giving you all this love and everything, and you're still not appreciating me. So just let me go instead of like holding on to me, and you know, it was useless. So that's the whole concept of the song, and it's a real life story.
Oh yeah,
I'm
it's
a
a real.
witness.
You're a
Right.
witness, right? All right, that's good. That's good. So let's go back to D Trench. Then we'll go back to our brother up there, Mr.
No, but
Gurley.
Philip, before you go,
Uh-huh.
during the whole Let Me Go episode,
Mm-hmm.
Phil on that Friday now.
Yeah. Right now, the man relax. Right now, the man relax. Trust me.
Yeah, she let me go now, so I rely on her. You know. Yeah.
The man, relax more.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So D Trench, I'm glad I have you. I have Fidel. I have David Gurdy. You guys are the boom. You guys are the backbone, the Martin Luther Kings of Liberian music. So what is it that you guys doing currently to have a union that we got the younger ones who coming into music now? Is there?
Well,
Go ahead. Sorry.
we're doing a lot. I mean, a lot have been done. I was in Liberia 2016 to 2017, just before I came to the US
Mm-hmm.
to permanently reside here. Both of the musicians there petitioned me to run as the president of the union, but
Okay.
unfortunately, the old hands like Griffiths and Benny Johnson, they were not ready to transition. So we did everything we could to make them see that the new mind, we're more knowledgeable on how to shift the dynamics, about the union itineraries and functionality and objectives, but they didn't give the chance. So I left. When I left, I mean, Sammy, who happens to be an old friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
and we were all together doing the LIB Records days before, you know, before, like, after 26 degrees, when we went to LIB Records, he was with us. He was like the CEO of the group at the time. He was not actually a musician, but he was a promoter, like he was passionate about the craft, and he was supportive as well. So he told me, he was in America. He told me, man, the whole country want you to be president of the union. Let's go back Liberia and do it. I said, well, I don't think the old hands, they are ready to, relinquish power. So I think they're wasting a lot of time. They don't want the industry to change. So he said he was going anyway because of one or two connections, we had with the president. He was endorsed. He went there. He won the elections, and he served. But I heard that he ran from there because
Mm-hmm.
he didn't understand what was going on. It's hard for Liberians to transition. Liberians, it's hard for them to adapt to change. So he tried, but I'm not sure he was more knowledgeable on how to run the unit itineraries and operatives. So it happened in a way that I don't think the union is really functional like the way it should
Mm-hmm.
be right now. But I think we can still work on a change, but it depends on the willingness of musicians in Liberia
Mm-hmm.
and the government to shift, what it is now. And I think bringing expertise to the table and professionals, people who have knowledge about how it should be, how the framework should be,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna help. It's gonna help a lot. My one can do it. Nobody alone can do it. It has to be collective.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be collective.
Thank you so much. So, Mr. Gertie, It's up to you two. What do you think we need to do to get this music industry up to the way we want it?
The union, the Liberal Music Union is the bigger picture, like D Trench said. For many years, the names he called have been
Mhm.
the people over there, holding down younger artists because they didn't want to leave, the authority of the musician union office. Now, at the end of the day, Mr. Great, did he come back to America? He's still there? Sammy Gray?
I'm not sure. I think he's still in Liberia.
Okay, that union needs somebody who, not only a person who understands the music union or the music business in Liberia, but also somebody who is also schooled to into entertainment.
Mhm.
So it's a whole different thing to be just a promoter for maybe one group or so, and to say you go to head the Liberian Music Union. Detroit would have been. I mean, I trust, not because he's in front of me. All these guys, I trust their intellectual abilities. Detroit would have rather be somebody who would be who could do, could do something to, so that at least the younger people can see and know that yes, our own is better than you guys that have been there for over 20 years and stuff. But now everything is kind of stuck, and if things supposed to start happening in our country musically, we're talking about transformation and revolution. It has to start with that music union office. And you say, what can we do or what are we doing? We can't do much whilst we are on the fence. We can't do much when we are in ESA. We can't do much when we are in diaspora. Where most of the time when you're in the diaspora, people expect that if you make any support, it will be through financial means. But you know, yeah, it will not really happen until one of us who are really competent to really go back down there and reason together with the rest of the brethren to make things happen. Until then, well, except we can form a union, not a musician union, just a union in SI that we know that we together, we can speak to each other at times. We want to know news from back home, and maybe one way or the other, we can make some contributions, petty contributions to little things that can help artists over there. So far, I think that's the only thing we can do for now.
There you go. So let's go to Mr. Hamoud. Mr. Hamoud, what do you think is the problem right now with the Liberian music industry or the music union? What do you think we need to
Man,
do to upgrade this music union?
we all have the same problem. We all have the same. We've been talking about this thing for years. You know, right now, some let me show you my gray on my beard. We've been talking about it here when we were picking it. We
You
supposed
just go sit down there.
Gary and Sardine. Well, and Laba be doing it. We were talking the same old thing. Music union structure. I think we don't have a structure, man. So we tried Thomas Holder and all the other people that started to try to like create a structure, but somewhere along the way, I think greed, because of greed, and let's say people who don't know what they were doing, it was greed, and everybody was trying to have a bite of the apple. So for that reason, you have people just coming in because they could do it. Oh, my friend is a musician, so I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the mean people mean people who knew what they were doing, they fell back and left the whole scene with these people who don't know what they're doing, and they're just there, because they can. So I
Okay.
support whatever D Trench, is trying to do. I support whatever Vaga said. I feel like we have to create a structure in order for us, and else anything we do is not going to work, man. Because a lot of people have tried, and if we don't have a structure, everything is going to go to waste. There's going to be a waste of time. So I think we should start from the music union. I think we should have new people coming in. New people who really know what they're doing. Like young guys, the new generation. I don't know if we call those kind of people politicians because it's music, but yeah, we need a new mind. We need something fresh. We need some fresh innovation. And we're done with the old system. It's not working. So we have to figure a way to put some new people in there.
Okay.
Well,
That's go
just
ahead, D
to
Trench.
just to buttress what Fidel said and
Mm-hmm.
Vibe as well. Um, for the creative sector, especially the music union in Liberia,
You can just
to
add a
have
question to that, D Trench. There's a
uh
question. I said you can just add a question to your response. Somebody asking a question
yeah,
right there, similar to
okay,
what I just said.
okay.
How can you
Uh
guys get involved again to move the revolution?
well, it's possible, but it depends on the willingness of all musicians in Liberia, all creative sector members in Liberia from the different ministries, not ministries but industries, if they're willing to work with their unions to push the agenda. But government plays major role in this. If government is ready to move forward with this venture and this change, then we all can embark on it, because the thing is, it's going to be cost intensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be cost intensive. We can't run a musician union from the premise of having an office at the Information Culture and Tourism Ministry. The music union has to have his own project, build its own structure as an office. The music union has to have its own budget
Okay.
from the national fiscal budget,
Mm-hmm.
so we can embark on expanding and decentralizing the operations of the union in the 15 counties. And it's a lot of money, and we have to look at logistics. We have to look at human development, empowerment workshops, seminars to enlighten people to know what they are actually doing, because a lot of musicians don't have the insight of what entertainment is, what
Mm-hmm.
music is. They just get in the booth, record a song, put on the radio, or put it on the street, and they feed that's all to it. No, they have to be educated. We also have to make sure that we have enough members in
Mm-hmm.
the union all around the country that will be regular with the dues,
Mm-hmm.
so that should in case any problem erupts or come up with with the intellectual property, we can have our own legal counsel
Okay.
to fight on their behalf. All those things are resources,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to make sure we create systems. That means we use technology and create systems that will be automated, so we don't have to employ too many people to do too many different things. We
Mm-hmm.
can use machine learning, we can use system to integrate AI, and it can be able to track all the streaming, each radio station, each TV station, all the time they stream any content. We can have feedback from a system, database collection. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's about government inclusion in this, and it will take nothing less than $2 million for just the music industry. It will take nothing less than $2 million to do this. And I'm
Wow.
not
That's
just
facts.
saying it because I'm saying it, but I'm telling you the actuality of what is going to be impactful. It's not all about the money, but the
Mm-hmm.
money is essential to transform the entire industry in Liberia when it comes to music.
That's good. All right. So
So,
let's go to Derek Gertie. The same
so
question
Philip,
to you too.
but you see that it boils down to what I was still talking about,
Yes.
the government getting involved,
It,
right?
like what you just said.
Yeah, so I was thinking on something as we're talking now, it's just that most
Mm-hmm.
of the times you find Liberian people putting themselves together, people of the same discipline trying to come together. Then, you find out that maybe after 3, 4 months, everything kind of scattered or so. But like if we have a diaspora union here that we can use as a platform to help our young artists back home, like, register with the federal government, have a 501c3, and like if we get to know the hard artists back home, be able to invite them for shows here, carry them across the country, but under this umbrella as a union, to be able to help the artists back home. I think that's just one way in our weak ways we can try to help, form a union here to be able to help those back home. Because if we depend on the government back home or individuals back home to really look at these artists to put them to get their lives to where it should be as musicians, graduating from just being artists to a career musician. I mean, they may just end up dying with all the gifts in them.
Let me just interject, please.
Go ahead.
Father, yes, you said some things, but I stand to differ a little bit with one. I mean, for us in diaspora to establish a whole union, I don't think that would be prudent. I think if you say an association, it will make sense. It will be okay.
Okay,
Like
maybe the
you have
terminology,
different.
maybe the
Yeah, you
terminology union is why, but I mean just a group,
exactly
an association or whatever.
association or chapter. Like you have
Yeah.
diaspora chapter in this America, maybe in different state,
Yeah, but I
or
was not
maybe in
actually
Canada.
saying Liberian Music Union in America. No, I was not talking in that direction.
Okay, no problem. But I mean, like, it's okay to establish an association here. But you see, for the union to really be impactful, it's not all about the government giving money alone. But if the musician union come together and do an election and elect the right people who know what they're doing, who know what they're responsible to do. The thing is about we have people who understand managerial part of systems. We got technocrats. We have people who have expertise in talent resource development, and we have international partners. And we
Fidel,
can
can you mute
also
your
go
phone?
out and lobby. We can
Fidel?
lobby for donor
Fidel?
funds.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can
I
you
can
hear
hear you.
Fidel, can you mute yourself, please?
Pardon?
Just mute yourself so we can hear the trans clear.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, D Trench.
Yeah, I repeat, right?
Mhm.
I think government plays major role in the transformation. If government can have in the fiscal budget an inclusion of the musician union getting up to $2 million to help the industry, where we have the right technocrats, the right manager or managerial system and technology inclusive of expansion in the 15 counties where we decentralize the operations of the union, we can come outside in different countries, neighboring country, international countries, and lobby for donor fundings. We know how to negotiate. We have skills. We have people who are technocrats in different capacity. We just need to have the right people to get on a team. It's about teamwork, right? Everything is going to work, but the issue is we need government to understand that Liberian musicians, they are not empowered now. For them to be empowered, there should be an inclusion in the fiscal budget, in the national fiscal budget. There should be an inclusion of nothing less than $2 million to help the industry, not the entire creative sector, just the music industry. It needs nothing less than $2 million for everything to change in our country. And even if government cannot show $2 million, if they can have something close to that, or they can subsidize that, when an elected of a government or leadership, let me just say leadership of the union is set up, the team can come in diaspora and lobby. There are a lot of millionaires, billionaires. There are a lot of different unions around the world that we can partner with, that we can have inter-exchange programs with. We can have investments from. You get what I'm saying? So there are a lot of possibilities for things to be right, but the government has to be on top of it first.
Go ahead, D Trench. Sorry, that was just teasing you with one of your songs.
Yeah, no problem. But I mean, it's possible, but
Yeah,
it depends on the people's mentality, the mindset of Liberians. We have to change the mindset we had ever since, because we keep doing the same thing and we will not change any result of what we do all the time. We have to do it right. It's not about being stingy. It has to be done right, and it takes finance. It takes budget. It takes finance, because if you hiring people who are technocrats, if you having international partners who have vast experience, who understand global industry when it comes to entertainment, you bring them, they train our people. You know what I mean? Train our people with the expertise. show them how the system should run. We integrate systems to make it automated that things would just be on a rotation. You know what I mean? All these
Yeah.
things are money. All these things are money. We have to have logistics, all the different offices in the 15 counties. We have to have vehicles assigned to the different branches. We have to have people who will go out there, reach out, incorporate more creative, songwriter, singer, because the music industry is not just about singers. You have videographers, people who do music videos. You have
Mm-hmm.
lyricists, people who write lyrics for artists to sing. You have arrangers, you have composers, you have producers. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
managers. So it's a broad stuff. A lot of people can benefit from the creative sector, especially from the music industry. Music industry is not all about just musicians. Even lawyers can make break from music industry. All
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of different things. Even people who are not even into entertainment, even the security sector. All right. People can establish their own security firms, and they could have concessions with some of these entertainers when they try to become successful to protect them,
Yeah.
like bouncers. You know what I mean? So it's a big thing. I'm telling you, it's big, and this thing is going to brand our industry in a way that will set up the right systems that people will continuously make money for the rest of their life. And it's money to do it. You can't just do it by mouth. For me, I don't just believe in talking. If I want to do something, I have a
Mm-hmm.
goal, I go after it, I get it done. And I love to work along with people. I believe in teamwork, especially people who understand they have passion for change
Mm-hmm.
and they're willing to work for transformation. Anything is possible. We can do beyond expectation. I'm telling you, it's just about the opportunity being given. That's all we need. Once the opportunity is given, we can do tremendously well. I'm telling you.
Thank you so much, D Trench. So let's go back to
Thank you.
Derek Gertie. Then we just go to our parting because we've already been here
I
for
was
an hour
just
now.
reading the comment that came on the stream from Mr. Logan,
Mm-hmm.
where he talked about at least we should be advocating for like 500,000 because the industry is not bringing any income to government. And he's right. He's right. Actually, no government is going to put in $2 million into something that they have not, generated anything from before. I know it. Yeah, you could say, yeah. Speaking from the most direct point, you could say, yeah, it is true that we need $2 million to really get everything moving straight. But now,
Mm-hmm.
whether your government is able to look at you and give you $2 million, that's the difference. Because the first thing they'll be thinking, well, this particular sector hasn't brought in any income. It's not raising any income to our revenue. So why should we, but I just
Mm-hmm.
meant to put that in because somebody talked about it. And, I just trying to buttress what he's saying. It makes a good sense too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Why?
but Fave, I hear your point. But I can tell you, if the government is not able to allocate in the financial or the fiscal budget $2 million for the music industry to have transformation, if they can raise or if they can ensure that the music industry can have 1.5 million
Yes,
or even 1 million
that's a
minimum,
that's a fair
we,
one.
we can raise $5 million in 2 years.
That's true.
We
Okay,
can
but
raise 5 million
do you
because
know? Do you know that like that meeting I was telling you about with the former information minister, that seminar we went to? It was when we
Mhm.
got to know that the Canadian government had given the Liberian government $500,000 so that they can look into the copyright sector of our music, our entertainment industry, and that money at the end of the day, what happened to that money till today, nobody knows.
They
So
go
you see,
pocket there.
when we start calling figures like that, uh, government, if you have a good government who really looking at the entertainment sector, they could want to pump money like that. But another thing, we have to be sincere with ourselves. When you still have people in the system who feel that they there for their pockets, it will be hard for us to move from that level to the next level. I personally feel that it should start with a law that will bind people to play some of our songs. the next thing that will happen, the competition will grow, and DJs will start looking for the better of our songs to play, and then you find out that a lot of other things will start happening. Copyright stuff will be put in place. Piracy laws will be, and all those kind of different things will fall in line. And, so I guess you want my parting statement now, right?
No, I want to get it from D Transfer because they will be hitting the road
Five,
shortly.
yeah, five, yeah,
Yeah.
five. I understand what you're saying, but I mean, you see, in life, it's not about us having sympathy and trying to just manage stuff. No, government raised almost a little over $500 million as national fiscal budget. Most of the ministries, do you know how much they write for these ministries? These ministries, some of these ministries carrying millions of dollars, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
Millions of dollars.
Even the
Now,
president will say getting
thank you. Millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Okay. So if the country is if the leaders, if the government is in the best interest of all its citizens, and you think that you empower the private sector and the creative sector in a way that will be self-sufficient and sustainable, then you not have a lot of pressure on you. You create the avenue for people to create millions out of individuals. So there shouldn't be a question, $2 million in nothing to government allocating for the music industry to have a transformation for life.
That's
where they will stand to benefit, for the rest of their life on taxes generating from the music industry alone. In America, do you know how much millions of dollars the IRS collect from the creative sector, the music union, the music industry? It's a lot of millions, bro. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, music.
It's true.
And one thing I can say, if government has constraints, we all understand, but it shouldn't be about the creative sector that you should have constraint about. Other people are being paid, bro. I mean,
right.
it's not a government arm. The music union is not a government arm. It's a private establishment, but they have been accepted through the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism. They are being embraced. The music union has been embraced by the Ministry of Culture and Tourism. So it's not a direct arm of government. But if government see the need to empower its own people, especially the creative sector, $2 million in nothing to our national fiscal budget for just the music industry to have transformation, to create millionaires out of it. And government can stand to make billions of dollars from that $2 million investment in 5 to 10 years. They can make billions of dollars. And the way it's gonna be done is when you have the right framework, the right technocrats to structure the entire system, the whole stuff, set it up, bring all the expertise from international counterparts, empower our own people to understand how the industry should run, how it should work. And that money, bro, you cannot look. I can assure you, if government can even allocate $1 million or $1.2 million just for the music industry, just put that money aside just for the music industry, I can assure you the music industry can raise up to $5 million in 2 years, bro. I'm not talking about individual artists. I'm talking about the music union. Over the music industry in Liberia, it can raise over $5 million in 2 years. Over $5 million in 2 years. And the only way that is going to work, if you have the right minds of people who know what they're doing. There are a lot of music union around the world that our music union are actively engaging, bro. There are a lot of opportunities in the American music union here. The American Association of Artists here. There are a lot of opportunities in Canada, in China, in Japan, in France, in Switzerland, in Germany. We need to have people who are going to lobby, bro. For donor fundings, for opportunities for our industry. And all these things are money. All these things are money, and you have to have the right minds in the right position to make these things happen. It will not happen just by talking. It takes action. And
true.
You have to have budget. That's my own mindset. And I'm not just talking because I'm talking. I know exactly what I'm saying, because when money come in the industry and you have the right mindset to make it happen, When we allocate that, look, I call government to use GSC to audit any money given to the music industry. Let them audit every 5 cents.
Yeah. That's
Yes,
a
it's
fair
not about
one.
stealing money. Nobody wants to steal money. We want change. We got passion to change it. We got passion to change it. We want artists to grow to millionaires. We got
That's
passion
true.
to change it. So the GSC can go and do audit all the time. When the money is there, let them do audit. They will see how the money has been disbursed and they will see the accountability. And government, when they see how that money is spent, they will even be motivated to give us $5 million in
Yeah.
a year.
That's what I wanted to say.
They will even
That's
be
what.
motivated to give us $5 million a year because they will see how much the industry will start generating
Mhm.
through taxes
Mhm.
and through other opportunity. They will see how the industry will start generating money. But those things will not happen if people don't want to do it right and they feel afraid. Oh, this thing is too big. Look, in life, when you want to dream big and get it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I can say for now. But I mean, if Liberian industry not ready, you can't change it. If the mindset of the people not ready, you can't change it. There's nothing you can do to change it. I, as an individual, I built an online platform. No musician were getting royalties from the content in Liberia. I
Mhm.
developed an e-commerce platform to enable artists to make money from the content. Couple of artists been making money from the content sale globally. People patronize their work. But how many artists see the opportunity with Deeper Global? How many artists? Not many of them use it. They won't put their content on platforms that will stream their song. They will have 100,000 downloads,
Mhm. For free.
500,000 downloads for free. 5 cents not coming in the pocket.
Mhm.
They're not getting rich. They're poor. And they feel that they want promotion.
Mhm.
You want promotion and die poor. You
Mhm.
want promotion, you can pay your own bills. You want promotion, you can feed yourself. Then the whole country know you to be the biggest thing ever,
And
but
all
you
they
don't
cares
have
about the
money.
music should be playing every corners, but no money coming
Yes,
in.
but you don't have money. It's sick.
It's very sick. The
It's
mentality
sick.
is that everything that I say.
You guys are coming in a little lower. Let me go off and come back.
Yeah, go come back. So just think that you want your music to be playing in the community and there's nothing coming back. That's a sick mentality.
Yeah, it's sick. I
Yeah.
mean, look, if people want to change their lives, they will take the right actions.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody else supporting you. Mackay. Mackay say even $1 million say it will help to stimulate the entire sector. But it is the government, man. They got other institutions in our country making millions of dollars in the budget. They just need to put the music industry or the music union in the budget. At least they should be expecting at least 500,000 every fiscal year.
Hmm. Ah, I get you now.
Yeah. So Detroit, you
Yeah,
want to go ahead and just give your party and say you guys will be traveling
yeah,
anytime?
we already on the road, getting ready to
Yeah,
fly.
I know.
So
Uh-huh.
yeah, so well, I just want to say to my Liberian people, much love and respect to our national government. I give salute to our president, his family, the first family, the vice president. I give salute to our House of Representative and Senator, Senate, the House of Senate and Representative. I give salute to the music industry, to the movie industry, and all the different industries in Liberia. I give salute to the Liberian, citizens who have been supportive, towards change,
Hmm.
on behalf of people who are creative, And I just want to say, the power that we have. This is my parting comment, right? The
Yes,
power that we
yes.
have is so much great, but we ignore the power that we together can utilize to bring the change we want. It's now time that we stop shifting blames, stop relying on some international person to come and bring the change, but we should put hands together. The Liberian musicians need help, and most of our Liberian successful businessmen and women in our country that got money, please don't hesitate. Invest in your artists, invest in the creative sector. Look, it's going to be like stock.
Hmm.
It's going to be like stock. Internationally, where people have money and put it in the stock market, and put it in Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's going to be a massive transformation when government take these actions and Liberian musician union and musicians take these actions we're talking about right now. And if we work together and make it work, trust me, people who will be having record label in that country or musician they're managing, those musicians will get to be millionaires in the shortest possible time. And we know the secret how it can be done.
That's true.
We have not had Liberian musicians making millions from music, but we have Liberian musicians who are millionaires. I'm one of them.
Yeah.
All right. It's not brag. People know all the things I'm doing in Liberia right now in the 15 counties. I bought land in the 15 counties. I'm carrying on infrastructure development, real estate. I'm involved with transportation as well. And it's not only me. The Liberian who play the American football, Tamahali, he's doing music.
Yeah.
He's a millionaire.
Yeah.
He's doing music. He play football. Yeah, football getting him money. He's doing music. There are people, and he's trying to do meaningfully well. He come back to the country to do what he can do. You get what I'm saying? So if every Liberian, whether in diaspora, locally, can unite, join hands together, trust me, Liberian music is the best music in the whole world. Whether you like it or not, I tell you, Liberian music is the best music in the whole world, bro.
That's true. That's true.
Or if nobody believe in Liberia, I believe in Liberia. Than anything else.
Tell me about it.
Oh, I'm telling you.
That's true.
But man, I've gone in front of great people in America. They heard my songs that I did since 2009, 2010. They look at me like I'm something else. And it's not my one. You know what I mean? Liberian musician doing impactful things. Look at Fidel we're talking about. See the kind of videos he's doing in America now.
Yeah.
All right. See all the artists there. Look at Jackie Ross, the kind of video project Jackie Ross doing in Liberia locally. We have too much creative people, man. We have too much creative people, man. How long will we sit down and look at our creativity die, go to the grave? For how long? Look, I tell you, no Liberian supposed to be poor.
It's true.
No Liberian supposed to be poor. With all the natural resources Liberia has right now, and I tell you, if the budget, the national fiscal budget is allocated in the right way, meaningfully in our country, that certain people taking all the money.
Yeah.
Let them divide the money. Let everybody have benefit. If you come by government and say every family head, by pet family head, you working, we'll allocate certain money for you every year, every month. Sorry. Like what Gaddafi was doing. Let the government do that thing to help people to find purpose.
It's true.
Yeah, because look, people hungry in our country.
Because somebody said we don't have a middle class, we have to reach at the poor straight.
Yeah, people hungry in our country. People hungry in our country. And the only way you can solve these problems if when you give people trade.
Yes. That's a good
Give
one.
them way to fetch for themselves. Not all the time they come into our representative and begging, or senator and begging, or government official and begging whole day, or going to their friend, family and begging whole day. No, create an avenue where they can be rehabilitated. They can have skills.
That's true.
And you invest in the creative sector, give people empowerment, and you can empower all the people through groups, through unions. And they can be able to allocate these resources meaningfully to impact lives and transform things, so everybody can grow to wealth.
That's true.
What kind of country since 1847?
They can grow.
Look at the poverty percentage in the country.
Yep. Yeah.
And the Liberian too. They need to rethink life.
Bring politics in it now.
No, it's not politics.
No,
I'm telling you. Bro, I'm passionate for change. I don't like to see people suffer.
Yeah.
I like for people, listen, I like for people to have purpose in life and define the meaning. And when people define a meaning in life and they go after the dream, they can do anything in life.
It's true.
They can do anything in life.
It's true.
It's just about the mindset. Liberians, they are afraid to take actions because they're afraid of failure.
That's it.
Nobody want to take action because they feel that the thing too big for me. They don't think big. They think with limits.
Yeah, we don't want to fail.
If you feel big, you learn from it, and you try again, and you grow.
Of course.
Do it. You have to have the mind to win.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm talking the way I'm talking. I'm sorry, but I'm
No, that's
becoming
it.
emotional. I'm
That's
becoming
true.
emotional because I sat in Liberian music industry for over 21 years. I started doing music since 2000 to 2001. I was singing from age 7 in churches, but I actually came out with my first album 2001. My first full album of 10 tracks. It was Thomas Holder that produced that my album for me. Five no. So I've been in the industry for over many years. I've not seen any major change.
Philip, you used to that other name for affair.
No, but I was just about to ask you. I said they put a comedian no the five Nina.
No.
Yeah.
That is since 6 and 7 going. People saying, oh yeah, the sound had gotten better. Yes. But it's not getting better again because we're mimicking after Ghana, after Nigeria.
Right.
We're trying to make our music to sound like Ghana or Nigerian song now. Because our trending, we need to create our own trends. We need to be original.
That's it.
We need to come back to ourselves and become original.
That's the thing.
Because no matter how we mimic somebody, we'll never outshine them. We'll only outshine anyone in the world if we become original and do our own stuff. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I mean, I'm proud of hip hop artists and doing well. They're pushing the craft. Even though some are doing R&B, but no man, ghetto inspiration. You heard that song, that hip hop song.
Yeah.
Daddy that hip hop song. I've been doing hip hop song a long time. So we've been pushing it.
Damn.
Yeah, we've been pushing it, but you see, let me be honest with you.
Yeah.
Money in the game.
Yeah.
Money in music. People say money not in music, money in music. Now the whole music industry has shifted, right? Everything is streaming royalties now. So we need to integrate systems with technology. Government needs to prioritize technology. Liberians need to prioritize technology because technology got the way to make people to find answers. That's why I will stop for now, though.
Yeah, Remy, we hear you.
So much, D-Train.
Oh,
man.
yes, I'm preaching it. No problem.
Thank you so much,
Man,
bro.
We're tired, bro. We're tired with this scribe in our industry, bro.
Yeah.
Even our president, Nana, you got to listen to. The man said a musician, he got to listen.
Yeah.
It's not doing it the same way. No. Let's do it right this time. Let's change it.
I will not tell you that once. I will not.
Thank you. Thank you so much, D-Train. Let's just find a way to keep talking about this. Our message go out there so the people can know that we need this to be done.
I mean, we're talking to real Liberian with Nana. I'm scared.
Yeah.
They probably are saluting, you know.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, bro. I wish you guys a safe travel.
Safe trip.
Man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all take it easy out there. Jeff, you gotta hit me up.
All right. So let's go to you, man. Get your parting, Mr. Gertie.
Oh yeah, Philip, like tonight we were looking at Liberian music on a general perspective. I hope this is not going to be the first and the last time. You know, maybe some other time we can still come around to discuss gospel music, Liberian gospel music, and some other things. Maybe give you musical education that we have, you know, to young musicians around. You know, I want to actually thank you for the platform, for allowing me to come over to be able to share in your platform. I'll have one advice for musicians, whether you are a gospel musician or you are a secular musician. If you have the gift, please try as hard as possible to have a little formal education. It will carry you a long way with the music. I'm talking about musical education. Yeah, I've been in areas where some of my colleagues, I don't care how you can sing that something crack your head, as long as you don't have some little knowledge of music, like you're able to read from a musical school or maybe to play some kind of musical instrument, even up to 10-15%,
Mm-hmm.
they don't consider you as a musician. Some of us don't see, I mean, we don't go that route. But what the only advice I have for people, because you see that one of the reasons why if people don't get formal education on something they know about or they have the gift for, they tend to just, do it and do it the wrong way, and it may end up not benefiting them. We have artists, gospel artists, secular artists who, in a year time they produce, they come up with sometimes 12, 13 songs. But all of these songs you go in the studio and you're doing, why is it benefiting you? Sometimes they have programs and they have concert and they have worship programs and they hardly can show the audience because maybe the whole place that there maybe 7 or 10 persons in there. But then before you make up your mind after 3 months, another song again, they carrying it around. You don't do music like that. Except you say you just want you learn your own music or you know your own music just because you have passion for it or something. But
Mm-hmm.
if you see music as something that can change your life, then you have to go for it and try to transform. Come up with a transformation that can even help you in the future. We're in Indianapolis. Anybody can reach out to us. You were talking about, we can open our online music class or something like
Oh
this.
yeah,
You
what are
know,
you
there,
talking?
there were a couple of kids that I was teaching, children, the parents used to send it over, and those kids, at least they have some little foundation on rudiments of music and, the history and evolution of music and
Mm-hmm.
all those little things. So I want to thank you very much. We want to thank Indiana for the night. Go out there. Please continue to promote Philip. He's promoting the community. So you have to take your hats off for him. Thank you very much, bro.
Thank you, my dear brother Derek Gertie, my man. Thanks for at least sharing your hours with Fidel and D Trench. And D Trench so passionate about this Liberian music, so he can just take on the flow and just keep flowing and not knowing that you have to talk to.
No,
But
that's my boy. I
yeah,
understand.
I appreciate your patience too. But he came with a vast knowledge too in this game, and the rest of you guys, my heart's out to you people. You people stood the ground. Like I sent my cousin message to John the conversation. He said, "Oh, it's in the morning, oh, bro. I sleeping ahead." John breaks. I said, "No problem," because he's in China.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
almost asked if he's still in China.
yeah, he's in China. He's I know he's a ambassador there for tourism or something. So
Hmm.
I said, well, that's cool. We'll have the conversation another time. And Takun J said he's sleeping too. So it will be a nice one where we can just grab all the old guys and let's sit down. Then the younger ones who in music today, they will sit down and know that, oh, these are the people that set the foundation that we are riding on today. Yeah, because that you see, the younger ones are in the game today that benefiting from the game, traveling from Liberia to America just on a maybe workshop or maybe a was winning. They are enjoying it, but they don't know the foundation, how it's all started. Like Martin Luther King, he set the foundation, and Barack Obama came. It was easy for him, but he realized that yes, there was people who set the stage for us. So we always have to reference them. So
Hmm.
we will want our younger folks who into music today to at least know the old hands. That tomorrow when you, David Gertis, show face to Liberia, they will say, yes, these are some of the people. This is one of those who put some of us, our hands up today that we are into the game that we are into. Yeah. So, David, I really do appreciate you. At least the people of Indiana, they have a fair appreciation as to who you are today because you saw all your fellow Cody up here, D Trench and Fidel Hamoud. They all know where you came from. They know how far you been into the Liberian music thing. This is not just today thing. They shouldn't just see you singing in the church and they believe that, oh, he just started today. You were born. You have taught people. People have learned from you. Bigger artists came from under your hand. You spoon fed them. Brother, I want to say thank you and don't stop. Don't stop. The
Thank
gift
you,
that
bro.
God gave you, let's use it. Because in heaven, there will be no pastor to preach to us. Only praise and worshiping God need. Because if you see God, you need nobody to preach to you anymore.
I
We want you
know.
to sing to his glory. So if we learn how to sing now, would you be saying now watching you singing?
Yourself be singing, my man. You'll be rapping too.
Thank you so much, my dear brother Derry. Thank you so
Thank you,
much, man.
man.
I really do appreciate your time here tonight. But don't,
Yeah.
don't just make it today. Whenever you feel you have something to discuss, anything you want to talk about, the gospel side, the music side, you want to encourage younger generation when it comes to your church issue, you want to have music practices, you want to encourage people if you feel this platform will be a help to you, show face and talk to your people in the community. I know for now we have small followings, but we're on Instagram. I mean, say YouTube as well. After the show, a lot of people watch it, and gradually the community will gravitate to this show. They will know that this is the place that we disseminate our information for the entire community.
Yeah.
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 So I want to say thank you, David. Thank you for at least using your time here tonight.
You
May
got
God
it. You guys,
strengthen you.
thanks, bro. Thank
Thank
you
you so
very
much, my
much.
dear brother. Thanks, David. Good night, bro.
Okay, my regards to the family.
Thanks. Well, if you just joined us, you are on the Logan's Hour in conversation with David Gertie. Man, at least we have a fair appreciation as to who is David Gertie. You know, some of us have been seeing him. We have passing. We don't know this guy. We don't know the appreciation. We don't know how deep he been into Liberian music. Now it is clear. Some of his colleagues came here and validated what he was saying, that they are the genesis of music in Liberia. And we are so grateful to have him in Indiana specifically, that we can boast that some of the people who brought music to airline life in Liberia, we have one of them in Indiana. So we want to say to all of you out there today who follow us, thank you for joining this platform. Thank you for always making this place your home. We are grateful to you. We want to say we are running out of time now. We have no time to name all of those who follow us tonight, but all of those who have followed and contributed to this platform tonight, I want to say thank you for following. As always, because of you, I'm here. Good night. My name is Philip Seyuga Logan.